points, and it's there if you need it.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the 2023 eSailing World Championship final. We're coming to you live from the city of Trieste in northeast Italy, home of the legendary Barcolana regatta, the biggest regatta in the world, and I'm sure we'll be talking more about that over the next couple of hours. We're going to get on with it, though, because in this room we have 11 players representing 6 different countries. They're the best in the world, and they are ready to go. So let me just introduce you to Alberto Carraro. You were in the final last time around. Can you express the sort of pressure that is on these guys?
Oh, the pressure is amazing, because at the moment you are waiting to start the first race, you're ready, and you're not looking for anything else. And you can feel the difference between racing behind the monitor, because here you can face your opponent. It is a completely different game.
And it's been a long road to get here, hasn't it? Over 60,000
games?
It's
63,000 games, all combined. And we arrived to 11 players after many, many semifinals and many steering the course events. So we are ready to go now.
Ready to go, and let's have a look at the format and how the next couple of hours will unfold. It's 11 races plus a double points medal race coming up. 8 boats from 8 different classes, the F50, the Ilka, the Far East, the 49er, the Nacra 17, the offshore racer, the J70 and the Star. Some of those boats are repeated in the final few races as well. And then the big medal race, one of everyone's favourite boat, really, the J70. So plenty to look forward to there. So that's the format. Let's meet the players, because they are standing by. And first up is from Italy, Velista 42. 19-year-old student from Genova, is Italy's national champion and is this year's youngest finalist as well. Sitting next to him, FC Rich, one of 3 Japanese finalists this year, the 23-year-old from Hokkaido, is part of Japan's Nations Cup team and was silver medalist this year in eSail GP. Azer, he's one of 4 French players in this final. We'll be talking about French dominance during commentary, but he's now, 24? He's been competing at the highest level, though, for many years. It feels like he's been around forever. Silver medalist in 2019. Can he go one better this time? Yuzu, or Sandra Scher, is the 46-year-old physiotherapist from Wedensee near Zurich in Switzerland. She likes fast boats, but will she be fast enough here in Trieste? We will find out. Alex Kay, the defending world champion, started eSailing during the pandemic, so a fast learner and a hopeful for the LA Olympics in 2028 as well in his Ilka. Let's see if he can defend his title here in Trieste. Mui Mui of Japan. He's a medical student and the 2022 National eSailing Champion in Japan. His favorite boat is the Star, but will he shine here in Trieste? See what I did there? Next up is Arthur Farley of Great Britain, silver medalist at last year's World Championships. This is his 3rd final in a row for the 19-year-old, who's also part of the British Olympic sailing squad. Pepito of France, the current Olympic virtual champion and competing here in his 3rd final. He got bronze in 2021. He tells me, though, this time it's all about the gold. KGR of Japan, the only pro e-sailer in the final and possibly in the world. Toshiki is the, can we describe him as the godfather of Japanese e-sailing? I think so, but this is his 1st World Championship final. Well, he uses his nickname as his gaming name. Baban is the oldest competitor here at the age of 57. That's not old. A management consultant from La Rochelle. He spends his spare time doing offshore sailing all alone. So that's 10 who are here in the studio with us, and out joining us remotely from the Netherlands, I think, is Bart Lambrechts, who has a big regatta tomorrow, so he couldn't be here in Trieste, and we'll tell you more about him later on, because we are about to get underway with the first race. It is well, that is race 2 that we've got up on the screen, but our first race is actually going to be in the F50.
Yeah, absolutely. F50 is a foiling catamaran used for the SailGP at the moment. It doesn't have sails, have wings for the mainsail, so it is a boat that can reach easily over 20 to 30 knots. So we are waiting for a really, really fast race now.
Yeah, and looking at the course map, it's a bit different from your standard sort of Olympic course that you'd normally race. So this starts it's on a reaching start, so it's a really fast start.
Yeah, and this is more difficult for the players because they need to be sure that they are starting in the right position. If you go too high, you can be much faster, but if you're not exactly on time, you can be the last one. And if you're low and fast, you can be the inside in the mark, so you can get the first position easily. This will be when we see in the water. We will see what's happening.
And as I said at the start of the program, you were in the final last time around. How were you feeling? Really nervous? Were you in your own zone? I mean, how will these guys be reacting to the pressure?
Everyone reacts in different manners. For me, I was really, really enjoying the place. So I came here with a happy heart, and but I feel a lot of people with a lot of pressure. I feel people going easy because it's not their first rodeo. So we'll see who is going to feel more the pressure just after a couple of races.
Okay, so race number 1 about to get underway. I think everyone is now in the game, so it's a reaching start for the F50, the first of 12 races in total for our 11 players here in the final. and some of them struggling to smile on their introductions, which is quite normal because you can always tell the ones who, you know, they've been here before and they maybe missed out on the podium or on that gold medal. And so, you know, this is really the business end of their season. Okay, here we go then into the pre-start, 40 seconds to go.
Yeah.
And they're quite far from the line. The line, by the way, between the committee boat that you can see in the middle of the screen and the mark at the far end.
Yeah. So at the moment, as you can see, they're all reaching out to the boundaries because they needed to have a lot of space to accelerate the boat and reaching the starting line at the top speed. So at the moment, as you can see, they are going all to start. We can see all of them starting, and we will have a lot of people going on the low part of the starting area.
5 seconds then to the start of the 2023 eSailing World Championship final. They are go. It's penalties galore throughout the fleet. And if you're new to eSailing, that means that we're going to see the boats slowing down. You can see that they're fading in the middle of the screen. It's a short run, though, to this first left turn, and now they head downwind to the first mark.
Absolutely, and as you can see, they have a gate underneath us, so it will be really interesting on which mark they're going to go, and that we'll see after the next jibe, but I probably think they are going all the way to the right mark, and so they can have the advantage of the left wind shift.
So they can choose which mark they round. Through the gate they go. KGR of Japan out in front, being chased by Azair and by F7 of Great Britain.
Yeah, and as you can see, the distance is really, really narrow between the top three players. So we will expect a really, really tight race, especially with this big wind shift from the left coming up.
Yeah, I think we'll see it's definitely tight, definitely close at the front of the fleet, and then they slowly spread out towards the back. Bart Lambrecht's currently at the rear. He's playing remotely. We look at Azair, who is sitting in third place. The boundaries, again, if you're new to the F50 and eSailing, well, you tell us about.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
boundaries.
So if a boat goes outside of the boundaries, they will get a penalty because they have to stay inside the white lines, rather than the yellow lines is to help the people to do not be pushed out by other people. So if you have the right of way before the boundaries, when you're coming in, you have not anymore the right of way. So you can tack, you can do whatever you want to avoid to get a penalty of the boundaries.
So quite a gap building up. You heard that noise. That means further back in the field there was a penalty. I suspect it was as the boats were crossing. But these are our leading boats. And F7 deciding to split away and not follow his opponent through the gate.
I think he did the right choice because there is a bigger puff on the left part of the racing area. But as you can see, look how busy is the gate right now for the rest of the fleet.
Yep, the mini-map in the top left corner shows you the darkening waters. Where they are darker, that is where the breeze is stronger. And now on this right-hand side, as we head towards that gate, you can see them pushing it right all the way out to the boundary as far as they can.
Yeah, and to try to get as bigger wind as they can. And as you can see, KGR still keep his first position, and they're probably going to both round the same mark, and Farley will going to split to avoid to be receiving dirty air, and then he's going to follow KGR that is easy on the lead. And a penalty for Mui Mui, though. I thought he touched the mark. So probably that one will be a little bit problematic for him. He's losing a couple of positions.
So frustrating for the Japanese player, an unforced error there. We focus on Bart Lambrechts, who's chasing down Yuzu.
We have to remember that Bart is a real sailor with a medal from the Olympic in Tokyo.
Three times world champion in the 49er. Crowned for the third time in August on the waters of The Hague.
Oh, The Hague.
Where it was.
Nice. You know all of them, right?
So we've got Funny KGR. He's added funny to his name, just for a bit of humour, really, because in Japanese apparently it means boat.
Ah, nice.
Of course, in English it is funny. So KGR out in front, and I can't see F7 at the moment being able to chase him down.
Now I think we are going to be fixed for the top 3 position, but I think there will be something happening from the 4th, because I'm not sure that Velista 42 is able to reach the mark. He is suffering a lot, and you can see he tagged and double tag again. So let's see if he can, yeah, he can keep the 4th position, and there is another penalty for Mui Mui that from us 5th position is dropping down now. And we have the last mark for Japanese.
Yep, so KGR puts in that final maneuver towards the finish line, and that is our first, second, third, with Great Britain second and Azer of France in third. The home sailor, Velista 42, coming in fourth. And then it's quite close, isn't it, in this following bunch?
Mm-hmm.
And we often say this in sailing, but especially in eSailing, that consistency is key. So, you know, the early results don't necessarily reflect how it's all going to finish. It's all about being good right throughout this regatta. Yuzu of Switzerland bringing up the rear now to finish off this first race of the 2023 World Championship final.
I'm really looking forward to see the graph of the race, because you can see maybe the top 3 are consistent, but all the other are going to be...
Confirmation of the results there. Those are our top 7, with Pepito 5th, Alex K, our defending world champion, in 6th, Rich, FC Rich in 7th, Japanese teammate in 8th, Bart Lambrex 10th, and Yuzu in 11th.
Best start from Azir is 0.3 decimal of a second, so really close. But as you can see, best average speed is Farley. So what do you think is the thing that happened for KGR for winning? Is that he has a lower average, a little worse start, but his shorter distance sail with this boat is so important that he gained a lot of that in that. Over here, as you can see, we can see, we have already the results back.
Yeah, so that's our leaderboard. We're going to keep referring to this throughout this live stream as it updates. So that is probably going to change completely over the next few races. We'll see how people do. But at the moment, it's Funny KGR right at the top.
And we have to remember that there is no discard in this kind of races. So every race counts, every race is super important. You cannot miss one, and if in the moment you miss one, you're going to lose a lot of points.
Low score regatta as well. Right, up next, it's race number 2 in the Ilka. So it's upwind from the start line up to the top mark, down to the bottom gate. They do that twice, and then it's the downwind leg to the finish.
Ilka is also a really strange kind of boat. If you know it, doesn't have spinnaker, and so allow you the boat to have a really downwind angle. So you can go like around 165 degrees downwind, and we expect a lot of cover during the downwind leg. And we are 52 seconds from the start.
52 seconds from the start, and we'll also introduce pumping in this. So when the winds are light, and it's the only boat that we can do this pumping action. What does that mean? That basically means sort of flapping the sails so that you kind of use them almost like as a rudder to push you through the breeze. We'll talk more about that when we see it. But right now, let's focus on this pre-start. 20 seconds to go.
Look how they're going all to the port side of the racing area, because the line is more high on the pin. So probably people are going to start, as you see, Farley on the far pin is going to start probably first, but we'll have a problem to tack with the right wind shift.
We're away in the Ilkas for the first time in this World Championship final, the first of 2 races in the Ilka. Someone's going off to this right-hand side, a few boats, but mostly they've chosen the left.
Yeah, as you can see, Italian Velista 42 starting the race committee and tack right away because a right wind shift is coming. the people are trying to tuck to go to try to take the right wing shift, but as you can see, Farley is on the left, has to wait everyone to tuck, and then he can tuck.
Now, they're all
Yeah.
tacked off into the same direction, heading off to this right-hand side, and you can see why. Look at the darkening breeze on that right.
Yeah, we can see the right wing shift coming straight. So at the moment, the lead is Alec K, but I think is going to change pretty soon. Probably Pepito is going to be the first one who is going to tuck and is going to tuck in a massive right wing shift.
Yeah, a bit of an issue for the boats in the centre of the course there, where the lighter breeze is. And those on the right are heading all the way out to that dotted line. It's what we call the ley line. It's the most efficient route to the top mark.
Yeah, you have to stay inside, because in the moment you're going too far outside, you're losing meters, you're having a longer distance sails, and probably in the laser allow you more to do a longer path rather than a shorter one like the F50, but still is not a good thing to do.
Yeah, on that far side, just going off on the right-hand side of the screen, there's an interesting battle as we focus here on F7 of Great Britain. He's decided to go all the way to the left ley line.
And let's hope for him that a left wing shift is coming so he can cross first with Bartolomé, but I think all the fleet is coming. It depends what he is doing, the right wing shift that is really close to the mark.
Basically, he was stuck out there in the middle where the breeze was lighter, so he had to take a decision, either go left or right.
Yeah, exactly. And he chose for the riskier option, but also give you the best results at the end, if you're right.
So the two halves of the fleet come together at this top mark for the first time, and now we get a proper idea of who is in the lead. Bart Lambrex is in a good position, and so is Alex Kay, our defending world champion. Baban and Yuzu and Rich all coming in, and it's about avoiding penalties in the busy traffic. FC Rich, they all did really well to navigate their way through the traffic without picking up too many penalties. Miu Miu bringing up the rear with the blue and black sail. And now they start to speed up in the laser as they go downwind. They can reach up to 11 knots heading downwind. And the wind shadow is 28 meters, so it's not as significant as we see in other E-classes.
But to be fair, it's really, really strong compared to other classes. So both can really slow down between one side and the other if you're not covered or if you're covered. And as you can see, they're fighting to do not be covered, but people from the back are trying to engage in more battles. So we'll see, for example, now Azir and Velista 42 fighting against Mui Mui and I believe it's Pepito. So it will be, sorry, KGR and Pepito. So it will be a really, really nice rounding of the mark after the top three are already just passed.
Yeah, look at this, all coming in at the same time to that bottom gate. It's like a moment of ballet there. They all manoeuvred at the same time. And Mui Mui trying to make his way up ahead of KGR, his Japanese compatriot.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the amazing maneuver of Yuzu that broke the engagement, the overlap, sorry, on the mark? So he got the right of way over KGR, and then she rounded the mark perfectly, giving him a penalty. It was an amazing job, a pro job.
And now we've got the fleet kind of spread right out across the course, all going in different directions. What are they trying to do? I
think they're trying to be having better air, better wind on the sails. As you can see, for example, Yuzu at the moment is covered by FC Rich, and she's losing just a tiny bit. But that tiny bit at the end, while the time is passing, is going to be really, really costly.
So halfway up this second upwind leg, and they're going up to that top mark for the final time. We've got Bart Lambrex of the Netherlands out in front, but only by 12 meters from F7. And then it's Alex Kay in third.
And if you remember before, F7 finishing second again. So consistency of F7 at the moment is amazing, rather than, for example, Bart finished second last, and right now is in the first. So he compensate well the first bad start of the race, but we will see what's happening in a few minutes.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if these leading three boats kind of get tangled up amongst each other and start losing themselves in their own battle and allow the rest of the fleet to catch up. And Alex Kay has now closed the gap on FC Rich by just a few meters as Bart Lambrex crosses that line ahead of the Briton. So 30 meters he's got. So that means he's got a little bit of breathing space from the Britain's wind shadow as they go downwind to the finish line.
I think we will see an amazing battle between Alex Kay and FC Rich because they are close enough to have to have a nice battle.
So here is that battle.
Yeah. As I tell you, they are trying to laugh up to try to cover one each other, but Alex Kay, sooner or later, he has to jibe and then to start to fight. And as you can see, FC Rich is over there, ready to fight, and let's see what's happening. He's trying to take the right-hand side, being on starboard, and trying to give the penalty. But
so Alex Kay tries to escape from the grip of the wind shadow of FC Rich, and ahead of them, just a few meters from the finish line, is Bart Lambrex, who's going to take the victory, followed by F7 of Great Britain. But look how close it is for third place. They are side by side, FC Rich and Alex Kay. Alex Kay just ahead now, and I think Alex Kay got it from FC Rich. We'll have to wait for confirmation from the computer in a moment. Pepito across the line, Velista 42.
Yeah.
And here comes Yuzu.
Amazing race for Yuzu. I'm really, really happy to see her in 7th position because she did everything right. And surprise us here that after a 3rd position in the first race, now is last.
So let's just confirm then. So Alex Kay did take that 3rd place from FC Rich. Then it's Pepito Velista 42 of Italy. We've got KGR, who dropped down to 8th. Miu Miu, who worked his way up from the back of the fleet. Baban and Azer at the back.
As you can see, also a good start from the Japanese fan. KGR is training a lot on that one. Amazing speed for Pepito that he keep an average speed of 6.6 knots, but Farley, as always, going really, really fast, and the shorter distance sail is for him. As we can see now, the graph is, after the first mark, is a really lot stabler on the top position, but look what's happened to Azir. Azir is going down. He started the second, third to last, finished last. And also there is a KGR starting really, really well and then dropping down. So a moment of
lack of concentration.
Lack of concentration, yeah. Brought you to the bottom.
So that's where we are after 2 races, with F7 of Great Britain out in front, 4 points, and already a 5-point lead from KGR in 2nd and Alex Kay, the defending world champion, in 3rd. Then it's the home sailor, Velista 42, equal on points with Pepito. And the rest are all chasing. There's still a long, long way to go, though.
Yeah, it's a long way to go, but already F7 take a 5-point lead. That, if it do not have any problems around that, it was going to be a really tough things to lose at the moment. And as you can see, all the other are like 2 points away from each other, from 2nd to 7th.
Okay, well, the next race is in the Far East racing boat. It's a popular racing keel boat in Asia for crews of 2 to 5 people. The E version is quite similar, actually, to the EJ boat, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really, really close. The main difference is the size of the hull, so the penalty will be easier to be given. And to be fair, I used to sail on 28R when I was living in China, and this boat is really, really similar, not similar in performance with J70, but is a really, really small keel boat that is fun to go.
All right, well, just a few seconds away from the start of this 3rd race then. And they're all bunching up at this committee boat end.
Yeah, committee boat with a massive right wing shift coming up is the place to be, but it's really, really risky. Really
risky, and they're all really quite close to that start line. I think we might have a few penalties coming up. We shall see. Velista 42 has been cleared of his. They are go in this third race of the World Championships, and my, they did well, didn't they, to hold things back, and they had a clean start. Every single one of those sailors doing really well on the start line in those final seconds. They're spread out right across the course, with Velista 42 of Italy, second closest to us, from F7 of Great Britain.
And as you can see, all the boats that try to tack at the moment are the ones that have dirty wind on them. So is the one that didn't start as perfect as the other one. So they have to find a way to save themselves. Because the left wind shift is coming, all the boats going to the left at the moment are going to have a massive advantage
So
later on.
How can you tell there's a left shift coming?
So normally you see that the three arrows that are on the top left of the screen, but even
those like windsocks, the red and white ones.
The red white windsocks.
Yeah.
But also, as you can see, there is a black puff coming from that direction that normally tells us that there will be a left wind shift coming up after that. We have to focus not only on the red socks, the windsocks, sorry, but also on the color of the puff. And as you can see, the shape of the puff it will tell you where the wind is coming. As you can see now, the wind socks are rotating to the left.
So things have changed. Great insight. Lots of people watching this obviously play this game, but not to the level that these guys and you have played it at. So these are great tips to pass on. Alex Kay, nominally out in front right now from F7 and Azair. But really, it's really very close until you get sort of to the last three, the Japanese in 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Yeah, and as you can see right now, the top three are really close. So we will see a lot of penalty right now where we are looking at the mark. Look here, Pepito crossing in front of everyone. But there will be penalty for Velista 42.
Penalty for Velista 42. He couldn't squeeze in that gap. It just wasn't big enough. You can't barge your way through. Yuzu picking up a penalty as well.
But Velista 42 right now has the inside on the mark, so he will still run as a second position. And I told you before, we start on the pin. Farley is first. Pepito is first at the moment. Velista 42 is second, and F7 is third. So that was the right place to start.
Around about 15.5 knots is this boat's maximum speed downwind. So they'll, especially in that dark zone, they'll be hopefully reaching those speeds. And this is where you see the large 32-meter wind shadow starting to take an effect, and how they try and use that to slow the boat down in front of them, as they're having to take evasive action from Velista 42 in the middle of the fleet there, as Pepito comes down to the bottom gate for the first time.
Look how many battles there are at the moment. We have Velista 42 against Pepito, against Farley, against F7. And then there is Alex Kay. Ooh, this one is a really bad penalty for F7 because he has the right of way, but he moved the rudder, so he gets a penalty. It's written underneath 16. That is when you touch the rudder to try to avoid the penalty, and he gets it.
That's in the small print of the rules. Look how dark it is now. So the wind really getting strong, but in a very narrow strip up the center of the course. So do they stick with it, or might it change?
And it's really difficult to say, but probably again another left wind shift is coming from this race. As you can see, all the team are going to the left-hand side. I think though Azir at the moment has a really good advantage over Alex Kay and FC Rich and Velista 42. So I'm not sure. I think the two French, they will be definitely in the front, but there will be a nice battle between third and fourth.
So Pepito, the bronze medalist in the 2021 World Championships, is out in front for the first time in this final. We saw him in action in Singapore at the Olympic Virtual Championship finals earlier on this year. He had a great tournament there. And can he bring himself back into this one, in this third race, by holding on to the lead? Now, we've got a set of boats in the middle of the course there, especially the red and the blue sail, and that third one that's coming in across, just managing to squeeze in ahead.
So there is a nice fight between Babane and Bartolomé for the second last position. But at the moment we have a penalty for Velista 42 that didn't give the right of way. And let's see what's happening with Yuzu at the moment. And top 2 position, as you can see, really easy. But I will see a couple of penalties now coming up.
So Alex K and a penalty for KGR, I think that was, with the pink sail possibly.
Yep.
Bart Lambrecht's Mui Mui coming in. And again, it's all about approaching that top mark and finding a way through the traffic without picking up a penalty. F7, his second penalty of this race, is going to cost him dear. That's our current overall leader. And now the fight downwind begins for the final time. Pepito's heading towards the finish line in front of the rest of the fleet. Then comes Azair. I don't think these two are going to battle together. And I think Azair is clear of FC Rich, but it's close between the Japanese and Alex K once again.
I think the fleet find the results of F7 really, they want to mix it up, so they want to put him behind to see what's happening after this one.
So that number, the numbers that are changing there, we've got FC Rich.
Ooh,
so Azair of France trying to change, it's Alex K trying to chase him, inflicting a penalty on the Japanese player. Now, is that enough to have slowed him down? No, it isn't. FC Rich gets across the line in third. Alex K couldn't quite do it, finishes in fourth. Then comes Velista 42, penalty. They're fighting all the way to the finish line, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it's penalties for all of them at the back of the fleet. So there we go. It was a French 1, 2 and 4 with FC Rich in there at number 3. Velista 42 in 6th. Bart Lambrecht's in 7th place. And F7 in 8th, having picked up a few penalties in that race.
Yep. As you can see, best start was Velista 42, and we saw it also on the result of the first mark.
And Yuzu, 5 penalties.
Yeah, but because the 2 of them, she take it on the last leg and at the end of the race. So that's why there is a number of penalties. But I think she did pretty steady work. But Velista 42 was the fastest, did a lot of jibes though, that is slowing down so it doesn't have a
Okay, well let's see what it means to the overall leaderboard, and it means a complete change at the top as Pepito moves up into the lead by 1 point from F7, and then it's Alex K who was in third, I believe, and is still sitting in third place. So a tremendous result for Pepito, not so good for F7.
And what do you think about the difference between the top 3 and the rest of the fleet? Do you think that we'll see a lot of mix-up again with the next few races?
Well, I mean, it is so close, isn't it, amongst the top 8, but certainly Mui Mui, Yuzu and Baban are going to need to do something quickly and good in the next few races if they want to stay in touch with the rest of the fleet. So we are waiting for the next race sequence to start, and it's the 49er for race 4. We've got 1 player still waiting to join the server, and then we'll be able to go out there onto the water and see. So have we learnt anything from the first 3 races? Is it too early to start making assumptions?
I think we can make some assumption. I saw really strong French. We have the defending champion that is going really well. We have a F7 that was the runner-up last year. So even though they remain at the highest level, we have a Pepito and Azir that are finally coming for the best results.
All right, let's get out on the water for this first 49er race here in Trieste. It's an upwind, downwind, downwind. 4 legs, as per usual.
And the 49er is a different kind of boat between the previous one. This one requires wind. So the strongest the wind, the faster you go. rather than the J70 are slowing down, they are keeping the same speed upwind with a increasing amount of wind. 49er, stronger wind, faster boat.
Now, we've talked a lot about the downwind leg and wind shadow and so on. With the 49er, it's the upwind leg that can make all the difference between winning and losing. We'll talk a little bit more about that once we get into this race, but we've got 25 seconds to go. And they're sort of, it's difficult to say. I think most of them want to be at that pin end.
Yeah, seems the same to me. Seems the wind, as I tell you, stronger the wind, you have to go there. And seems is on the left-hand side of the racing area and is going from left to right. So you want to anticipate and go in that position so you can tack as quick as you can.
Here we go, race 4 of this World Championship final. It's in the 49er, and it is a clean start for all 11 sailors. Miu Miu getting a good start for Japan out on the, I think it was out on the left-hand side, but Azer is choosing to go right. And let's follow him because Tristan Perron has had an excellent start and is leading the fleet over on this right-hand side. Pepito is right next to him. And Bart Lambrex, the man who has sailed this boat at the Olympic Games, is in the middle of the fleet there. And can that experience pay off in this eSailing race?
I think Bart is not an amazing sailor, he's also an amazing e-sailor, so I think he can come up.
Yeah, a lot of the top sailors use this game in the boat park when they're just trying to kind of stay calm, stay focused, especially when there's no wind and they want something to do, then they switch off. Or maybe they just, it helps them stay focused. But either way, you see them all playing this game on their phones in the boat park. Right, minute into this race, we're on board with KGR.
I see F7 right now is with some problem. He's between KGR and Yuzu. So he's having a little bit of a problem to stay in a clean wind for this upwind leg.
So why is this upwind leg so crucial in the 49er?
Because, as I said before, the stronger the wind, faster you go. And when a boat covers you, the wind slows down a lot, so even the boat slows down massively.
Bart Lambrex going it alone at the front of the fleet, all the way over to this left-hand ley line.
I think he's going to run between second and third, depends on what Alex K is doing on the right-hand side, and Azir definitely in the lead.
I love a prediction from you, Alberto. We're gonna see if you're right. Second or third at this mark. Azer comes in and tacks into the top mark, and there is Bart Lambrex taking second. All right, you were right.
Have you seen what he had done, right?
A remarkable manoeuvre as he comes in there at full speed ahead of Pepito, and then comes Miu Miu and Baban just rounding that mark. F7 of Great Britain rounding that top mark. So downwind they go with Azer in front.
I want to tell you that there is a mood in Italy that say he has the space of a stamp to stay inside that place without getting any penalty. Amazing move from Bart Lambrex around that mark.
Fantastic stuff. And the fleet split, and now they're coming together. They cross here in the middle of the course, and it's no... Oh, yes, you could see them just on that left-hand side. Alex K, I think it was, and Pepito coming together. Pepito picking up the penalty. Alex K had right of way. And Azer now comes down to the bottom gate.
I think F7 lost a little bit of a concentration in this race. He's at the moment dead last, and let's hope he can recover some position. Even Pepito is not much better than he is.
Numbers that flash up next to the boats.
Yeah, flashing numbers tell us the rules that was broken for the penalty. So if you see a boat with a penalty, there is a flashing number that says the actual sailing rules that is being broken and give you the idea of what you have done.
Bart Lambrex chasing down the Frenchman Azer.
And what do you think with the results that we have from Bart Lambrex that are going up and down a lot? With this one, I think he can recover again, but
Well, I think we've seen it before with Bart, and then he nails it absolutely when he needs to. So we'll see how that goes. Azair, our Olympic virtual champion in 2022. He's only, what, 24, I think he is. But it feels like he's been on the circuit for so long, making his first World Championship final at the age of 19.
yeah, it's impressive. They're the best. Most of them, they started during the quarantine, and they never went away from it.
Yeah, this game really picked up so many brand new players during the COVID pandemic, and they've stuck with it. And that generation here in the studio with us, and Azair is round in the lead ahead of Bart Lambrex, who's now just got one leg to try and catch Azair, but he's got Alex Kay right on his tail, and who is going to put him up? And here comes Pepito as well.
But FC Rich is fighting for his position, and will be. It's an amazing battle. You can see on the top still going on.
So Alex Kay trying to use the small wind shadow of the 49er to reel in Bart Lambrex. And also coming up behind them is now Mui Mui of Japan. And there's an interesting battle at the top of the screen as well between FC Rich and Pepito.
Right now they split it because, as you can see, the darker path is on the left-hand side of their screen. So they have to be there, but if you go too much there, you can be covered by the other one. So it's a really tough decision.
No one's going to catch Azair. He's going to cross that finish line for his first win of this championship final. Now, Bart Lambrex, will he take second? Can Mui Mui close the gap on him at the last moment?
Yeah,
There's Alex Kay. He's also come into the mix. So Bart Lambrex might have just sneaked second place ahead of Alex Kay. And Mui Mui takes fourth. And a great performance at last from the Japanese player Mui Mui.
Check again. There is a FC Rich, Pepito, and Farley, F7, in after less than a second. Again, KGR and Baban. Really, really bad for the Italian for this race.
So look at that. So Alex Kay has taken the second place by, what's that, a hundredth of a second. Bart Lambrex is third, and Mui Mui in fourth. Then it's Japan's FC Rich in fifth, and we've got the list of 42, 10th, Yuzu, bringing up the rear.
Yep. Start again, really, really, really close. They are putting in everything. They are really, 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 really fast, and it's really, really difficult for them to have this amazing start.
But only 2 penalties.
Yep.
You know, that's the largest number of penalties.
And was for the second one, the third one.
Yeah, and I wonder what difference that could have made to the result.
That's right. As you can see, Bart started third, done second, and then lost the position at the end. The only one who lost a lot was Velista 42, that started around the 4th position and finished in second last. We are going for the scoring that are already updated.
Alex Kay has taken the lead. Our defending world champion has got himself a 6th, a 3rd, a 4th, and a 2nd. So, yeah, no victories, but it's that consistency that we're talking about. 2, 3, 4, 6. Alex Kay out in front, 2-point lead. Then comes Azair, and then comes Pepito. Look at the flags down that left-hand column. They'll be grinning behind me. They are France, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Yeah, actually, that was... no, I will not say it because it's bad luck. But was one of my predictions to see exactly something like this happening.
Okay, well, we'll see.
At the
see
end.
how it goes. So race number 5 will be in the NACRA 17. If you thought the 49er was fast, then wait till you see the NACRA 17 in action. It's really very fast, and that means there's less thinking time.
It's less thinking time, but there is more thinking required because compared to the 49er, this boat do not need strong wind, so people can cover each other without losing too much. The most important thing is going to the right wind shift and because the angle is really wide, so boat can gain a lot with a smaller wind shift. So we need to see a foiling catamaran, 17 feet. These boats are in the Olympic Games and are super nice.
Yeah, first foiling boat to appear in the Olympic Games. I think it made its Olympic debut as a non-foiler in Rio, from memory. So 33 seconds to go to the start of the NACRA race. You can ignore those penalties there because they will have worn off. They will have been taken before we get into the proper start sequence. Into the final 15 seconds. Now, you can see they start a lot further back here, don't they? Because they're trying to get speed up as they cross that finish, as they cross that start line. And now the boat at the front are going to have to put the brakes on as much as they can because it is go in the NACRA race in this World Championship final. Good start from Velista at the top end of the line. Here comes Pepito again, doing well at the centre of the fleet.
Absolutely, and we saw also an OCS start, so on-course side, as early start for Mui Mui, and that he has to come back and start again. So there is a kind of 10 seconds for him of penalty just because he started a little bit early, but there is no advantage for him.
So we're on board with Baban of France, moved recently to Nice from La Rochelle. He's a big solo offshore sailor in real life, and a penalty there for F7.
I have to tell you that this one was a really, really tricky one. He laughed up to try to have the contact, and then he stabilized the rudder to avoid to have a penalty for going up, actually. So it was a really, really pro move, this one. And as you can see right now, we have a lot of crossing, and Velista 42 at the moment has to duck down behind Bartolomé.
Now, in 2019, we had an Italian world champion called Velista 71.
Yep.
So everyone's been asking, why is he Velista 42? Is he some secret son of Velista 71? Because Velista was our oldest ever world champion, wasn't he? I think he was 51 or something at the time, and he's still very much central within the eSailing community. He's still getting some top results. He just hasn't made it to the final this year. But they are completely unrelated. It's just Velista means sailor in French, in Italian, and 42 is his lucky number. And right now it's been a lucky leg for Azer, and Pepito, who is out in front at the first top mark. Then comes FC Rich and Pepito as well.
There is a boat in the lead that I don't think is Bart. Is Azer, that one in the lead? Yeah, it's Azer over there, and Bart in second position with FC Rich, so it will be a tough one now.
We're talking about Velista 71 being 51. Yeah. Should Baban pull the rabbit out of the hat here and suddenly come back up the leaderboard and win this, then of course he would be crowned the oldest world champion in eSailing. I think the youngest from memory was 17.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I think at the moment right now we are seeing at the gate the running of Azer that is amazing. Second position for Bartolomé that I think is going to a different direction. So the fleet is splitting up a little bit because it's a difficult racing area to read. They say that it's a right wind shift, but probably is coming also a left one later on. So it's kind of tricky to get the right timing.
So Bart Lambrex out in front here in the NACRA. He's always best in the fast boats. Azer in second place. It's all so close between the leading 4, 5 sailors here.
And this is a boat that forgives you a lot if you're going to laugh up because it has a pretty steady speed even if you laugh up. So this one can allow you to be a little bit under ley line and then laugh up to the ley line, so you can easily rounding the mark and avoid people to sneak out from underneath.
And I've heard there's a protest being made on this race, so we'll find out more about that and bring you that news as we get it. But right now, let's just worry about what's happening on the water. It's Azer out in front of Velista 42, and Bart Lambrex has dropped down that leaderboard. Oh, there we go. He's back Well, let's see where they stand as they come out. We'll watch it with our own eyes. Ignore the computer. Bart Lambrecht's in second. They're ahead of Pepito, and then there's a procession around. A penalty for Baban near the back of the fleet, middle of the fleet.
At the back of the fleet at the moment, because we have in the last position Yuzu.
Yep. So the leading boats are on that final downwind leg. They're heading towards the finish line. They're probably hitting, I don't know, 18, 19 knots maybe in these conditions.
20.
Even 20 knots. 30-meter lead for Bart Lambrechts of the Netherlands. He should be clear out in front. FC Rich in second and Mui Mui in third. This is the battle for third that we were watching.
I think this one is Azir is the first one at the moment, and then second position for Bart Lambrecht. And then we have F7 that catch Velista 42 in third position. So amazing recover by F7.
So well done, Azir. He crosses the line in first. The orange sail of the Dutchman Bart Lambrechts is second, and F7 is in third for Great Britain. Baban bringing up the rear now. So confirmation of the result. It's Azir, Bart Lambrechts, F7, first, second, and third. Good fourth place finish for Velista 42.
Mm-hmm. Good comeback from the previous race also.
Alex Kay, though, look at that, dropped down to 8th. That might change his position on the leaderboard.
Mm-hmm.
Mui Mui in 9th, Baban in 10th, Yuzu in 11th.
As we said during the live stream, best start for Velista 42, so kudos to your view. And amazing speed for F7 that recovered everything in the last downwind leg. He found the right wind shift, and he went really, really easily for the win over there, for the win of the third position. As you can see, Velista 42 dropped from first position to fourth, and then came back. Baban had a kind of okay start, but dropped down again. It's a roller coaster, though, for the French and the Swiss. Going up and down. Really, really difficult to understand that.
So let's have a look at the leaderboard. That protest has been thrown out, so it won't count. So the results of that race stand, and a second victory for Frenchman Azir, and that puts him top of the leaderboard ahead of F7. He's done well. He's managed to move back up to second. So you can see it's snakes and ladders. It's changing all the time.
And looks at the tie between the third and the fifth. You have Bart Lambrecht, Pepito, and Alex Kay tied at 23 points in the third position. So that one will make really, really interesting, especially because Bart Lambrecht is the opposite of consistent. Last, first, third, last, third, second. It's really, really difficult to understand what he's going to do next. So we are waiting for race number 6 that is the last race before the break, right?
Yes, so 5 races down, and we have 11 before the double points medal race. And the next race will be in the offshore racer. It's a much bigger, heavier boat than we're used to seeing in inshore racing. And I think it's got the biggest wind shadow as well of any of the boats in this final.
I think in this final is even the biggest boat because it's around a 45 foot long boat. So we will see a boat that is really forgiving, like the Nacra, if you're going up and if you're going down. So you can have different kind of ley lines. We have a massive wind cover. So it will be really, really fun to see this one because they will fight for the death, laughing up a lot.
Yep, so our leaders are Azir, F7 and Bart Lambrechts and Pepito and Alex Kay. I mean, the top 5, there's just 5 points separating them. And position 3rd, 4th and 5th are all equal on 23 points. So it is really close, and there's absolutely no way that you can call this final overall. 30 seconds to go in this race, in the big, heavy offshore racer. It's going to be a much slower race than we've seen in the Nacra and the 49er. And right now, they are lining up, spread right out across that start line.
I can see Farley try to put himself in a safe position with the Velista 42. but FC Rich can be a trouble for them because under Velista 42 there is a small space, so he can have a nicer start.
And I think that's Bart Lambrecht's just holding things back.
Amazing.
And he's just done enough on that start line not to pick up a penalty. Alex Kay didn't, though. It's a penalty for him. We see him slow down and go down the fleet.
Yeah, he started early, so he has the penalty for that. And this one is really, really costly for this kind of boat. As you can see, Bart is still in the lead, the second position for Velista 42. I didn't notice the really good start of Bart because he came out from behind. Really great timing, amazing start for Bart.
Can he hold that lead, though? It's a very slim lead, and there's a long way to go in this much slower and therefore strategic race.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are waiting for this left-wing shift that is coming up. As you can see, Mui Mui already went too long with FC Rich. So I'm not sure if FC Rich can round first or like third. Something like this is really, really too early to call. The top three position can be really, really changing really, really fast.
Slow boat, but a shorter upwind leg, so we're there already almost. Velista just sneaking ahead of Azair and Baban, and it's going to be very busy at this top mark as they come in. And this is where they really need to know the rules well, because they haven't got time to think about, oh, who's got right of way, who hasn't got right of way, what can I do to avoid a penalty? They need to instinctively know it as Velista tacks into that top mark. Then comes Bart Lambrechts, and there you go, a penalty for FC Rich, trying to sneak into a spot that just didn't have enough room. Azair and Pepito, penalty for F7 of Great Britain, further back. And there's a great trick here for escaping an opponent's wind shadow, and that's to launch the Jenica early as you round the top mark, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to rise it when you round the first mark. So by the time you arrive to the second mark, you have really hoisted up. And amazing race for Velista 42 that have an amazing start. He open up a spot underneath him, so he has time to accelerate before the start and do a start as good as Bart that he came from behind and sneak behind everyone else.
Now it looks like the breeze might be lightening as they come towards the bottom gate. So we talked about strategy. What would your strategy be at this point, at the halfway mark, at the halfway point of the race?
I think I will do exactly what Velista 42 is doing. So going for the left mark, going straight a little bit, and then tack. Wow, amazing drop, and you see Bart Lambrecht going as soon as he can, and Velista following. Is a match race now between him and Bart Lambrecht. He has to make sure that Bart Lambrecht will be on the downwind leg between him and Azair. So he will have Azair helping Velista 42 to cover Bart Lambrecht and escape from the cover of the Netherlanders. It's really difficult at the moment to understand what they're looking at in the race, because they are all going to the left because there will be a left wind shift. But you cannot leave the other one like Bart Lambrecht going on the right so easily. He can catch up so much. A risky move by Velista 42, but seems he paid.
It seems to have paid, yes, as he heads to that ley line and will then tack into the top mark. He is going to be in the lead as Bart Lambrecht picks up a penalty and is automatically slowed by the game.
Yeah,
and look at this. There was a little bit of a battle behind him between, I think it's Azair and Pepito maybe, or maybe FC Rich. So Velista 42 out in front of this race. The home sailor from Italy is in a really good position, but this boat has a wind shadow of 45 meters. Does he have enough of a lead, enough of advantage to hold that lead? We shall see as the penalties are handed out to the two Japanese players.
I think he has enough to be out from the cover, and we'll see an amazing battle between the two French and Bart Lambrecht.
Look at the steely determination and concentration on the face of Pepito there as he tries to make his way through the fleet. But he's 30 meters or so behind Bart Lambrechts.
And this will be a nice battle. As you can see, Farley will be, if F7 will be the one who's tried to sneak up from behind. He has clean air and try to pass all of the opponents.
Pretty much 3 boats side by side, Azair, Lambrex and FC Rich.
And Pepito too.
And Pepito too, yep.
So we have at the finish on Velista 42, amazing victory for him.
So first victory for Velista 42 of Italy in this World Championship final on his home waters here in Trieste. Second place will go to Azair. Goodness, he's suddenly hit form, hasn't he, in these last 3 races. FC Rich third, Pepito in there as well, F7 in 5th, and Mui Mui bringing up the rear.
Look how many positions lost Bart Lambré, and he beat F7 for same timing, so probably was centimeters here. But he lost so many positions because he went to a fight with Pepito. They both lost so much.
So it's Italy, France, Japan, France, the Netherlands, Great Britain, and then it's Alex K in 7th, KGR in 8th, Mui Mui in 11th place.
I think there will be a mix-up on the lowest part of the racing, but with a great start of Bart Lambré, it was really, really amazing for him. A really, really great start for him, and also for Velista 42. Amazing tactic choice from him, from Velista 42, with a shorter distance sailed. And as you can see, this one was pretty steady in the top position, rather than FC Rich passing 2 boats on the last leg. And there was a lot of penalties in the lower part with F7 going up and down all around the positions.
Now, I can tell you that was a really significant race, because that second place for Azair has now given him a 7-point lead at the top of the leaderboard from his compatriot Pepito, and F7 also on 27 points. Bart Lambrex in 4th with 28. So it's really close up there. And what have we got? Let's have a look. So the top 7 separated by 11 points.
Yeah, but from 2nd to 7th is also only 4. It was really, really tough to understand who is going to be, if Azair do not lose so many points with a really couple of bad races, it's okay.
Okay, so we are at the halfway stage of this World Championship final. There is a break for the sailors to just stretch their legs and go and get some daylight and some fresh air. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back in just a few minutes' time. Can they catch Azair of France?
Here on these waters, you're about to witness the biggest yacht race in the world.
Wow, I couldn't believe it. How you can get that many boats.
If you've got a boat and you know how to sail it, then you can take part.
A start line of 4.5 kilometres long, that's 50 football pitches put end to end.
What a story it would be if they win it.
This is the fastest boat out there.
Absolutely stunning.
Wow, I couldn't believe it. How you can get that many boats.
If you've got a boat and you know how to sail it, then you can take part.
A start line of 4.5 kilometres long, that's 50 football pitches put end to end.
What a story it would be if they win it.
This is the fastest boat out there.
Absolutely stunning.
We're into part two now, the second half of this final. So 6 races done, 6 races to go, including a final double points medal race. But here's the thing, there's just 11 points separating the top 7 players, but yet 7 points separate first from second. And our leader is this man here from France. He's Azair. And Azair, I mean, you've been incredibly consistent. You've been first, second or third in all races except for one. How have you done it?
I don't know. I just took, I think, good starts and just kept on going, trying not to take any penalty, play smart, not to annoy too many of the other players. It just unfortunately one race I was either unfocused or just a little bit too stressed, I don't remember, and I forget to start. So this is the 11. Hopefully I can keep on with the consistency.
Now, you probably don't want to be reminded of this, but in 2019, you got the silver medal at the World Championships, but you were so close to gold, and it just, I think the pressure started to have an effect. So how are you going to deal with that pressure this time?
I don't know. I guess I'll just keep on getting focused. The 2 World Championships, I was leading almost from race 1 to the last race, and just completely failed on the last races or the medal race. So this year, in French we have a saying, jamais 203. It's like 2 times, most of the times it will happen a 3rd time. So hopefully this time I can manage to keep my position all the way till the end.
Thanks very much. So 3rd time lucky. There's no luck involved really. It's all about skill and consistency. You can see his results there at the top of the leaderboard. So Pepito is in second, 7 points behind. So many races to go. It sounds. It's not as significant as it sounds. F7 of Great Britain in 3rd. We've got Bart Lambrex on 28 points. But look, it's so close. You know, it only needs one bad result from Azair, and it all changes again.
And especially if you look for the 2nd position, you have 4 points between 2nd and 7th. So that one would say the podium is not written yet. I mean, a bad result for Azair can change the leader one, but even a few positions lost can change everything for the podium. At the moment, we are waiting for race number 7 with the J70. It will be the first time that we will see this boat. We see a boat that is really similar, that is the Far East 28. This one is, though, much smaller, so this one can allow you to have a narrower passage between the boats, so this will be more fun. It's the most equilibrated boat in the game, so I think...
It is a big favourite amongst the players, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is really, really true, because it's the most thought behind, has no unique peculiarities, so you need all the skills to go all around all the information about to win the race.
Like most of the other boats, it's an upwind, downwind course. You can see that on the right-hand side. So they go up, they come down, and they do that twice. So 4 legs in total. And it's that downwind leg that is often the deciding leg, isn't it, with the wind shadow on the spinnaker. But more about that a little bit later on, because let's focus on the start now as we go into this second half of the World Championship final. 40 seconds to go. What are they doing right now?
I think they're trying to position themselves around to center to the left. You don't want to go too much to the left, even if there is a left wing shift, because it's not really that strong. And you don't want to lose the priority you have on starboard if you're starting on the right.
Well, they're spread out from right across the start line. A few penalties that will have worn off by the time the start goes. At this committee boat end, yeah.
I think there's a big pack on the left-hand side. As you can see, there are like 5 boats over there. So they would try to start on the pin end, and it will be really, really tricky to start without any penalty.
And we're off in the J70 in race number 7 of this World Championship final. And yeah, there's a real sort of tussle at this bottom end of the screen, and penalties being handed out. The list of 42 is in there. F7, Alex Kay, the defending world champion, all out on this left-hand side. FC Rich of Japan in the middle. Pepito, and where's our leader Azair? Let's try and find him in the fleet. Bart Lambrex, there he is, Azair with the pink sail over sort of in the middle of the course, really.
Yeah, but as you can see, the shape of the left wing shift is really, really focused right now. You can see it is like a slash bar going from top right to the bottom left. It is black. So over there you have a massive left wing shift. So that's why Velista 42 and Alex Kay started on the left-hand side of the racing. I think Azair at the moment, that is our leader, is on the right-hand side of the racing area. And I think it will suffer a little bit for this position because the left wind shift is kind of stable, is going a little bit more on the right, but it's not going to be a right wind shift.
So the fleet bunching together here in the centre of this first leg. Alex Kay out in front now, so that left-hand start off the pin end has paid off. The list of 42 in second, but all really close, and we'll start to see them spread out on the downwind leg, I think, when the spinnakers come out and start to have an effect.
Absolutely, and because the cover during the upwind is not that significant, it gives you a small advantage, but it's not as huge as it's downwind. So Alex and FC Rich and Velista 42, they do not have to battle between each other if they want to maintain the podium, and let from the fourth on fight for the position so they can run away.
It's quite an ordered procession over to this right-hand ley line. An early tack there from Lambrex.
Yeah, just to give trouble to Azir, because even Bart knows that if he want to win, he needed that Azir do a couple of bad races. So he have FC Rich now, before it was him, all covered all the upwind leg. So as you can see, is a second last or third last.
It'd be interesting to see how the strategies unfold as they try to hunt down Azir. But right now, it's the Italian on his home waters, Velista 42, out in the lead. Alex Kay, the defending world champion, in second place. We're on board with the leading Italian there. FC Rich, Bart Lambrex has dropped a few places, but there is Azir, our overall leader, well down the fleet.
And also with a lot of competitors that want to pass him because it's really close. At the moment, all they're going on bare weight, so they're going straight. They do not jibe, and they want to go in that path that is in front of them. The problem is the first to jibe is going to the no-wind zone earlier, so they want to go at the last. But if you're going at the last, people can cover you, so it's a double-sided blade.
So some early manoeuvres here, going off down the centre of the course. I think that one of them might be Azir. There he goes.
Yeah, Azir is the one with a unicorn on the boat, so it's pretty recognizable. And as you can see, Velista 42 has an amazing position, so even if Alex is covering him a little bit, Farley is going to cover Alex, so there's no way for Alex to pass Velista 42 in this downwind leg.
Yeah, catch the boat in front in your wind shadow, you'll slow him down by 2 knots. That's how significant it is in the J70. And look how close it is in the lead for first and second. Velista 42 rounding just ahead of Alex Kay. And close again there between the following boats as well.
Exactly, so do we have a lot of passages really, really close one to each other, but the problem is, but no penalty here, so there will be, except of Baban, but there is no really big disadvantage here on this mark, so we have to see for the next downwind leg what's going to happen.
Right, that's a good shot. So you can see now the separation between the leading 2 boats and the chasing fleet. And really the battle is on for first and second, and then there's a battle further behind for that 3rd place. And some tacks going in here from Velista against Velista.
It's really interesting also if you consider the point that they have, because Velista is 1 point less than Alex Kay, and FC Rich, Alex Kay is 1 less point than FC Rich. So in the if they arrive like this, they are tied point after this race.
I'm impressed by the speed of your maths.
There are a lot of tacking right now, but Velista 42 here tacked too far away, so it will give an advantage on Alex Kay that probably is going to take the position.
Velista 42 is currently sitting 7th overall, but out in front, just ahead of Alex Kay.
And you know the good result from the people from behind and is giving a tough time to people like Azir, Pepito and Bart and Arthur Farley that are going to make the race even more interesting than
So
it is.
do you see, because of the Azer's lead and Pepito, in second, F7 in third, do you see the others changing their strategy to try and somehow, I don't know, reel them in on the leaderboard?
I don't think they have yet the point to do that, but we go 1 second on the front because there will be a penalty here. I think Velista 42 has the inside and he can catch up with Alex K. Alex K keep clear and he pass Velista 42. As I told you before, he was doing it, but there is a really early rise of the kite for for the three of the boat, and we will hope to have a really nice battle for the top 3 position right now.
Spinnaker launched early. They know it takes about 3 seconds for the game to take effect once the Spinnaker has been launched to speed them up. So good tactics there. But in the end, coming around that top mark, it's Alex K of France out in front. Can he hold the lead, or will Velista 42 of Italy reel him in and use that wind shadow to slow him down? There's a 2-knot difference, remember, once you get trapped by the wind shadow. Also, don't write off FC Rich, who's in third place. He's also closing the gap on them. Look how much he's closed the separation between second and himself. And now it's just 200 meters or so to the finish line. And who's going to win this?
We do not have a clue. Everything will happen around the mark, and probably Velista 42 is going to get a penalty and cross the finishing line, but it will be super, super close.
Well, let's see what happens, because they've got to put one more maneuver in here to get across the finish line. There we go. The first one does so. It's Velista 42, and there's a penalty there for Alex K, and that makes the difference. Did someone sneak in on that side? No, Velista 42 wins it. FC Rich takes second thanks to the penalty on Alex K, and that is a significant result for those boats in the middle of the fleet in the leaderboard. Right, let's see what's happening here with our overall leader, Azer, being challenged by Pepito. And over on that far side, Bart Lambrex gets across the line ahead of Azer. Then it's KGR, and Pepito comes in, I think, round about 8th. We'll wait for confirmation of that. So a great win for Velista 42, and that is his second victory, actually. In back-to-back victories now for Velista. He's found his groove. Yeah. So well done to him. FC Rich second, Alex K third.
I have to tell you, the suicide of Alex K on the last jibe was really, really strange to see from the defending world champion. He has to continue to go straight. He has to push Velista. He doesn't have to be scared about FC Rich. He was a little bit more conservative, and FC Rich gave him a penalty, and he lost 2 positions almost in 1 second. We didn't notice, but Mui Mui had a lot of stats here. Has largest number of dives, larger number of penalties. So maybe it's not good to do that.
So what does that mean? That means that Azer's lead has now been cut by several points. There's just 5 in it. F7 has moved up into second place. FC Rich has moved up into third. And Velista 42 has gone up into 4th place. So lots of movers. Bart Lambrex 5th, and Alex K, I was just looking along the right, so he's had a third, a second and a third, but there's been a few high marks that have seen our defending champion sit in 6th place.
To be fair, also, if you see from 2nd to 6th, it's like 2 points. So it's like nothing. If you sneeze, you can lose a couple of positions here. And
yeah, I mean, it's incredibly close. I'm just, from, you're absolutely right. 2nd to 7th. It's absolutely impossible to call. Tell you what, let's just move on to the next race.
Absolutely.
See what happens. The Star, a sort of heavier, slower boat. It was has a rich Olympic history, doesn't it? And it's also one of the favoured boats for the strategists in the eSailing world.
Actually, if you are friendly, this boat is really helping you, because if people cover you, you will never escape. So you have to find if you're friendly, if you do not bother other people in the race, you do not give penalties. So if there is no revenge here, you're going to win.
And I should say, if you've come to this and you don't recognise some of the names, but you recognise the sailors, they do often change their gaming name, don't they? Because once they reach a certain level, they become a target to be challenged, which makes it almost impossible to sail. Anyway, 10 seconds to go to the start of this 8th race of the World Championship. In the star class, they've virtually come to a halt. It's going to take a long time to accelerate away from that position, but they do, and they do it cleanly, and they're off spread right across the course.
I can tell you the only one who suffered this start is actually the defending champion, Alex Kay, and all the other one are...
Yeah, what happened there?
He laughed a little bit to avoid a penalty, and then slow down, and he find himself in the dirty wind. As you can see, even Filista 42 right now is suffering by a zero.
So why would you tack off behind all those in that dirty air behind all those sails?
And because if you stay wherever you are, you're going to get a penalty that is worse. So that's why you are going to have a cleaner wind and try to be as fast as you can. As you can see, a lot of the people are going on right now, but the upwind leg, if you are not escaping, is going to have a massive problem, because on the downwind, everything changed.
So about 5 knots or so upwind in the start. And what it does is, because of the way it's sailed and the effect it has on your opponent, it's that final downwind leg that is so exciting and that so often decides the winner of the race. But right now they're all coming in bunched up into this top mark, 100 meters to go to the top mark. They're all heading over to this right side, obviously. But how are they going to squeeze in?
They will not squeeze in. There will be a lot of penalty right now. The leg is really short on this upwind leg. So we'll have a lot of penalties just in a few seconds. So we just need to wait. So
you predicted that before, and they were all very good and managed to get around without a penalty. But I think we are going to see them now as FC Rich squeezes in where there's no space and picks up a penalty. Azair and Bart Lambrex and KGR all pick up those penalties. You can see them fading on the screen. That means they've been slowed by the computer for a designated amount of time as the leading boats left turn for them, and they head downwind. And now we'll start to see the order of things shuffled as the wind shadow takes effect.
Yeah, they're all packed, so everything can happen in this leg. Everything. You can have Velista 42 coming from dust to maybe podium without any problem. Bart Lambert, look how many position gain Bart Lambert just from running the mark.
He's in a good position there, isn't he? He's out of trouble, away from all the... away from that dirty wind.
Yeah, and he's going to be really fast. So only if Alex Kay leave him a little bit of room, he will be the first. But you see, now Alex Kay feel that and is attacking Bart, and usually is attacking Alex Kay, and all of them are attacked by Velista 42 that is going to bring them all around the mark. So Velista 42, if he's lucky and if he's a little bit of aggressive, he can gain like 4 position in one go.
Yeah, this boat is the closest we really get to chess on water. We're talking about, you know, the guy at the back of the fleet making a huge difference as they come to this bottom gate for the first time. And it's Baban. We see him leading a race for the first time in this final. Miu Miu, F7 and Azair all in the mix.
And look, Velista 42 gained 4 position, now is 7th.
But Bart Lambrex, who we thought might end up at the end of that leg being the leader, is actually at the back. So yeah. What do we know?
We know that Velista 42 is a really strong chess player. I think at the moment Mui Mui has enough advantage to run away with Azair. And let's see if leave room for F7 to go without any dirty wind like he is doing right now, or is going to tack on him and try to get the left wind shift that is coming right up. Mui Mui continue on the starboard side. do not covering Azir enough. So Azir will have a little bit of a trouble, but not that much. And Mui Mui will have the control over Farley now.
Well, Mui Mui, captain of his university sailing team at Tohoku University. They'll be watching this and cheering him on, probably the middle of the night there actually, or early morning. But he will have their support. We're on board there with our defending world champion, Alex Kay, who's currently struggling back in 9th in this race. And overall, he's sitting in 6th.
Let's say the cross between Yuzu and Velista 42 was a really, really close one. And so Mui Mui in first position. I think he can fly away now. He has enough room with F7 and Nazir that they will fight, because Mui Mui is really in the back, so they shouldn't care about him too much, and they should focus about fighting about between each other.
So the black and red sail of F7 and that pink sail of Azair, they're the ones to watch as they battle it out for second place. They are currently the first and second boats overall on the leaderboard. And here they go. Final downwind leg. They accelerate away. They're staying apart at the moment. What's the tactic?
From this point of view, is really, really interesting to understand what is going to happen, because at the moment Azir pass F7 because Farley was a bit too scared to go straight, but there is more wind on the left-hand side of the racing area. So let's see what's going to happen. I think Azir is going to keep the position, and this one will gain going from 5 to 6 points of lead over Azir. But, you know, there is Pepito there. There is an amazing Babane that is doing a 5th here. And we have the debacle of Bartlembre. So this one will really, really mix the next leaderboard that we're going to see. Oh, look at the battle between Azir and Farley. We should go there and see what's going to end.
Yeah, so as Mui Mui heads towards the finish line, let's stick with the battle for second and third, because Azair is doing his best to keep the Briton in third place, but it's going to be close. I'm trying to work out. So they're on the ley line, so he's going to need to. He's being pushed out by F7, who's forcing him out, and he's forced a penalty on Azair, and that is enough to take second place for the Briton. So F7 coming back into the mix in the leaderboard overall. Pepito, is he going to steal third from Azair? No, he's not. Azair takes that third place. Yeah. Or is he?
Yeah, Azair third.
I'm just looking at that pink sail that seems to have got completely lost there on the mark. But I think that's a bit of a bug. So Mui Mui takes the victory. F7, well done to him. Third goes to Azair. Pepito 4th. And Velista 42 in 5th.
Do you remember what we told about Velista 42? He was last at the first mark, and now he finished 5th. So this one is really the race that give a big prize to chess player. And we will see a lot of changing here. Look, there is, except for the top 3, there is not a straight line. So means there is no people keep the position for a really, really long time. And we can see Velista 42 going from position number 9 at the start to number 5 at the end. Even Alex Kay, that started last, finished 7th.
So after 7 races, this is how it looks with, 8 races, with Azair out in front. That lead is now down to 4 points from F7 in second. And Velista 42, look at his results. Those 2 first places and a 5th have brought him into 3rd place. So a good final kind of second half for Velista 42.
Absolutely, and we see the debacle from Pepito and Bart and Alex. But did you notice FC Rich that without noise, really, really silent, is going up, is 5th now, is near the top, and I think he can have something to say for the podium.
Yeah, if FC Rich can stay calm and consistent, there's nothing to stop him getting up into the top 3 for sure. So just 10 points separates first from 5th. Up next then is race number 9. We're closing in on that double points medal race, which is race number 12. So we're race number 9 now, and it's our second go on the 49er.
Do you think we start to do our prediction for the top 2? Or is still too early to be unlucky?
Well, if you're a brave enough man to do a prediction, go for it.
Probably for after next race.
Okay, so we have all the players now on the server, so the clock is ticking. The 49er, just a reminder, it's one of the fastest boats in the fleet, and it's the upwind leg. We've seen a lot of lead changes and races won on the downwind legs on the other classes, but it's very much the upwind that makes the difference in the 49er.
Especially because on the downwind legs, you cannot cover, the two boats are not covering each other because the cover is on sideways and not in front of you. So you're not recovering from other one, you're fighting better with the one you're close with.
I was wondering where they'd all gone, but they've decided to approach at last with 12 seconds to go to the start of this race. And now they're building up speed and they want to cross that line at the fastest speed possible, and they do it. It is go, and it was a penalty for Yuzu, but everyone else was clear.
Yeah, she touched the mark because Pepito gave a big laugh, so she didn't have any space to go. This will be a challenging one because, as we told before, you have to go where the wind is. And the wind is in the middle, so you need to tack a lot. And tacking, you lose speed. So it's really, really difficult to understand where to go.
So we're on board with Pepito, competing in his 3rd World Championship final. That's an extraordinary achievement, really. Bronze being his best position so far. And right now, he is sitting in 4th place, just 2 points off that bronze medal position. So we'll see how this pans out over the next few races. But right now in this one, it is KGR's. Bart Lambrechts goes skidding across the course. Bart Lambrechts in 2nd. KGR is leading him, and Velista 42 again in a really good position.
So we have at the moment there also Bart Lambrechts that is going to the right direction. There will be a massive wind shift. And let's see if KGR, because KGR has big wind, but is on the wrong side of the racing area. So not sure what's going to happen. It's really too early to call. You see people are start attacking right now, and it will have a lot of problem here. We have FC Rich right now in the lead, and Velista 42 that is 2nd because the right wind shift. But Velista 42 has to do 2 tacks, and Baban is in the way. What do you think? Is going to pass or not?
Well, let's see how it goes as they start to make their way into this top mark. It's a late turn from the Italian, but it's he does it. It gets in there ahead of FC Rich, and then it's Velista 42 in 2nd. So well done to him. Alex K. Penalty for Pepito further down the fleet.
With Azir, to be fair. So
Azir and Pepito fighting it out.
And F7. So they're giving the position to FC Rich, Velista, and Alex K. This is going to mix everything again.
How often have we seen the leaders on the overall board fighting amongst themselves, and then suddenly someone comes from behind that they haven't really been watching and ends up taking the lead and snatching those medals. Baban doing well. We've seen him lead 1 race here so far, the 57-year-old from La Rochelle, moved to Nice recently. Very different, very big change in his lifestyle, especially as he does a lot of offshore sailing in the Atlantic.
And you know, in this position, Velista 42 is cleaning up the distance between him and Azir. So there will be 1 point after that, not more 7 lead points, but just
look
1.
how busy it is on that left mark, and there's a penalty for Yuzu and one for, sorry, that's just for Yuzu. I thought there was an extra one come in there. And out in front, it is still FC Rich And look how clear he is from the rest of the fleet.
Just look at the speed. At the moment, he's going 12 knots. The boat on the left-hand side of the racing area, they're going like...
Look at the darkening breeze, though. The wind is getting up on that right-hand side of the course. Look at the mini-map in the top left corner of the screen.
Now it's really difficult to understand where to go. We should see.
So
Bart Lambert is going 1 knot faster than the other one.
He is right where he wants to be, right in the darkest part of that sea. And he's heading to the ley line. He's going to tack in and head towards the mark. Has he made up enough distance on those leaders in the lighter breeze?
I don't think so. I think he catch up a little bit, but he's still in the back part of the fleet. Instead, Mui Mui catch up a lot. From it was 5th before the rounding of the mark, and now it's 2nd. So that is a big change in the top part of the racing area. I'm wondering what Velista 42 is now at the moment, because before was just behind, in front of Alex.
Well, maybe let's see if we can find Velista 42, see where he is in that bunch coming up.
So Mui Mui in 2nd position, 4th Velista 42 is over there. Who is coming on port over there? Is Babane. Wow.
So Baban swings in there just ahead.
Oh, look at the fight between Farley and Velista 42. It's amazing. And penalty for Velista 42.
Such a fast boat.
Yeah.
And the leader is heading off downwind to the finish line now.
Another penalty or no? Just they prolonged the penalty because they were too close one to each other, so they do not give you 10 seconds again, but they just give a second while you're clear off from the boat in front of you.
So the finish line is ahead of them. That looks like it belongs to FC Rich and Mui Mui. Could be a Japan 1-2 then. Alex K could still catch Mui Mui. But what a battle at the back between Pepito and Azair. F7 has managed to get himself free and moved up into 4th place. Probably way too far behind to catch 3rd. But that is significant because Azair is behind him in 7th.
Velista 42 for an early jibe. So, penalty for Bart Lambert. And because it's really difficult to see it from here, but there is the pink boat over there that I think is KGR.
So Mui Mui takes 2nd ahead of Alex K. And then we've got F7 across the line as they're coming in now. And it's really close between 5th, 6th and 7th. And Velista 42 of Italy. So, there we go. So the Italian finished 7th in the end. It was a Japan 1-2. Alex K, significant result. Very important for him if he wants to move into the podium positions. F7, though, 4th place finish for him. Still, it's ahead of us there.
Yep, but just 1 point, so he take only 1 point. So from -4 going to -3. But Pepito, big debacle, last position even for him and Bart Lambert. So this one will be pretty problematic.
We're just waiting to see the stats here, and
Best start
Velista
for
42. There we go, 3 penalties for him. That's
cost a
him
lot.
Yeah.
And the KGR, amazing start, but after that he was in the middle of dirty wind, and there was not in the right position, and lost a lot.
Right, there we go. Confirmation then that the points have closed between Azair and F7. FC Rich up into 3rd place.
I told you he was sneaking up. We have now Velista 42 that from 3rd he's come to 5th. He lost so many positions in this one.
Alex K, I think was he 5th or 6th? He's now up into 4th. So quite significant there. You still want to predict now?
Yeah, now I want to give a prediction. We will have a French and in the top 3. Do you think is enough?
That's okay. Well, I've moved over here to F7 to just find out really how you're going to do this. You're 3 points behind the leader. First of all, do you think you can do it? And secondly, how are you going to do it?
I think anyone can do it in the top 5. As you saw, people can very easily finish last as they can finish first. It doesn't take a lot of mistake for that. And the second part, I think there's, what was the second question, sorry?
What do you think you can do it, and how are you going to do it?
How am I going to do it? Well, that's a good question. I think just sail fast. I mean, Azir and me have found ourselves quite close the last few races, but still managing to go fast, because we know that if we let the pedal up and we start playing around, then we'll end up letting the others in.
So is that why you've been quite close over the last 2 races, because you're kind of shadowing each other?
No, I think we've probably just got the same idea of where to go fast is. I don't know, but that's what's happened. So,
just one final question: are you surprised, or is it, what has struck you about this particular final and all the different races and so on, and how it's going? Yeah, and I'll give you the mic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think the main thing for me is that if you make one mistake on the start, it's quite hard to come back. I made a few mistakes now, and just in the start, and that's pretty much been my race over for a top 3. So that's predominantly it, Alec. That's my target for the next races. Good starts. Thank you.
Okay, we heard it from F7. Can he close that 3-point gap then on Azir? We have got race 10 and race 11. And then it's the all-important double points medal race. So up next, it's back on board the Ilka.
It's really amazing to have here the Ilka, because as we saw before, everything can change with the Ilka. We have Azir going last with the Ilka at the second race. So let's see if we can mix up again stuff over there and see if we can have the leader in the leaderboard at the moment, losing some more points to make a medal really, really exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking around to see if there's any sort of effects, you know, any pressure, we seeing anything on their faces?
Yeah,
they're all looking very calm and focused, and you don't get much from them, do you? It's the poker face of the eSailing World Championship final. That's what it is. They don't want to give anything away. Here we go then, 30 seconds to the start of race number 10 in the laser. And yeah, we've got in the middle of the start box there, they're just beginning to get some speed up and head towards that start line. But 20 seconds is a long time in the Ilka.
I think the problem is at the moment of Velista 42 that he's not being able to cross the starting line like this. Even if he's pushing a lot, he's doing everything he can on the pin side, because that one is the best way to start. And as you can see, the boats starting on the left are the one who are the fastest.
So those penalties just before the start, how long do they last? How significant are they?
They give you 10 seconds slow down for half of your boat speed. So if you consider this one, you're going 5 knots, so not really fast, you lose only 2.5 knots. But think when you're going 40 knots that you go to 20. So that one is a massive difference, even if is always half of the speed.
Well, we heard how F7 and Azir were going to kind of probably just challenge each other and try and challenge for the overall lead. But at the moment, Azir's out in front and F7 is back in 9th place. So we'll see how that develops. Bart Lambrecht's in a good position, side by side with Velista 42.
Did you think I jinx it for Azir in a good way? I told him he was last on the last time with the Ilka, now he's first.
Hey, whatever the commentator predicts, that's always bad luck.
For the commentator, right?
I try never to predict anything. Right, so here we go then. Left-hand side-ish of the course, and they're all bunched up together in this laser, upwind, kind of not really...
Anything is going to happen because they're waiting for the left wind shift that is coming up. And I think they're all going to go straight up to the end. It's really strange that Velista 42 is stacking here, but probably he wants to fight over Pepito or something like this. Look how beautiful are the boats from here. Look, this is the pumping that you were saying before. You see, they bear away, they and then they tuck. So they have maximum speed while they're tucking. So in the moment that they exit, they can go at the best angle, back speed. And as you can see, is like impressive for these players that all do the same things and do it perfectly.
It hasn't actually been as significant a feature in this final as we've seen in the past in the laser, this pumping. But right now then, good handle on where we are and the order of things. So it's Azer out in front, then comes Velista 42, and Bart Lambrex is going to take second from him as he sneaks in right on the inside. Baban picks up a penalty.
Yep. I think he just touched the mark because he wanted to squeeze in. There was no space. He tried his best. And he actually gained a little bit because if he has to duck down behind everyone else, he's going to lose so much space. Velista 42 in third position at the moment is clear by dirty wind from FC Rich at the moment. And they're all going to the windiest part. But Bart Lambert is going on no wind zone, but with the cleanest air ever. So not sure who is going to win. You see, Velista 42 is going probably 2 or 3 knots faster than both of them. You see 10.5 and probably 9.5 for 10 for Bart Lambert.
Yeah, so getting some good speed on this Ilka. But you can see the separation there between Azer and the second place boats, and it's going to be difficult to catch him.
Yeah, the problem is they all jibe really late behind him. Oh, really close rounding of the mark for Velista 42, and just to catch up a little bit more on Bart Lambert, but they're all there.
Oh, penalty for F7 and one
Yuzu
for KGR
and KGR.
and Yuzu as well.
The one is more costly at the moment is F7 that is fighting to catch the top, but he's losing 6 points here. It's going to be pretty difficult after that.
Okay, so we're on board with the overall leader, Azer of France. He's the leader of this race and the leader of this championship final right now. And that lead will have increased because F7 right now is back in 7th place. That's his nearest challenger. And F7, every position will count for him now.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have to remember, though, that the medal will be double points. So everything is going to change on that one because we have 20 points that you can gain or you can lose. So that's really a lot. We have FC Rich bowing behind the Mui Mui. So, and Bart Lambert is over there in 3rd position. Oh, Azer over Velista 42.
Bart Lambrex playing remotely because he's got a big regatta tomorrow and over the weekend. The 49er, 3 times world champion, so playing from home.
Do you think bigger than Marcorana?
Of course not.
And at the moment we
haven't spoken about Barcolana.
We haven't spoken about the
Barcolana. That gets underway on Sunday. The biggest regatta in the world. I think was it 4,000 boats a few years ago when they broke the record. But on average, we're looking at about 1,600 to 1,700 boats this weekend here in Trieste for the Barcolana of many different types and classes.
Have you ever done one?
I was following the race from the TV boat last year, and we couldn't keep up with the leading boats, which didn't make the commentary particularly useful. But anyway, let's get back to this because Azer is heading off. You can see him there, top of the screen, heading off to the finish line. But what's going on behind? Bart Lambrex has got 2nd place done. Now, Velista, just 20 metres between him and Mui Mui as they look for 3rd place. We've got FC Rich, also from Japan, in 5th. And Pepito in 6th. Pepito is currently sitting 6th overall. There he is.
Now, Velista 42 has an issue because he has FC Rich and Mui Mui. Just in the moment he's jabbing, he's being covered by all of them. And it depends on what Pepito is doing. If Pepito is attacking, they will be attacking, and this will be like a chain. Oh, Pepito is attacking and they're defending in a strange way. So FC Rich decide to go one with Pepito, and Mui Mui decide one with Velista 42. Let's see what's going on the third position, if Velista 42 can hold the third position or not. They're really, really close.
So here he comes in, right in, he squeezes in just by the committee boat end. So well done, Velista 42. Looks like he managed to take third from Mui Mui. And Alex K coming across the line now. Yuzu and KGR bringing up the rear.
Oh, so finally Bart wake up from two really, really, really bad races, and Azir continue in his path.
Yeah, interestingly, you know, Bart is into his fast boats, but on this occasion, the fast boats have let him down. So he's got a second there. Velista 42 in third, and not great for F7, who's down in seventh. And I wonder if that's going to lose him second place on the overall leaderboard.
Even Alex K is really, really in the back. So, to be fair, we have to say muy amazing start with the laser. And Velista 42 managed to squeeze in a space that I don't think there was. But you see, Alex K, too many jibes means he was covered all the time, was really difficult for him, and that's why he finished up 8th. You see, except like KGR that lose a lot of position, these were really, really races where you gain a position, you lose one position, and that's it. Except for Alex K, all the other ones start in one way and finish almost the same.
Right, 10 races down. This is how it looks. F7 is still in second place, but he's lost ground on the Frenchman Azaire. 35 points for him, so 9 points between them. FC Rich still going well. He's the man you predicted would come from behind, and he's now in that bronze medal position on 45 points. Velista 42 slips to 4th. Alex K in 5th. Bart Lambrex in 6th. And you go, I don't know, really, has Bart left it too late to come back? There's almost 20 points between him and first place. We shall see what happens. One race left to go, and it's still, we've been saying this now for quite some time, it's still impossible to predict.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if the winner, you know, there is in the medal race, there can be, everything can happen. So we will have a really, really difficult way to understand what's going to happen, but in normal condition, I think will be really, really an interesting race.
Right. The final race before the medal race is this one, the Nacra 17. It's our second look at this boat, and it was won, the first time round was race 5, and it was won by Azaire, who has now got 3 victories to his name, and that is, well, it explains why he's top of the leaderboard. And in the Nacra, F7 was 3rd last time. So it's going to be close. It's going to be close, and it's 30 seconds to go. What are they doing? Why are they not right there in the box?
It's too early. It's too early. We still have 24 seconds to go. A massive left wing shift is coming, and there is a small advantage on the pin on the committee boat. So it's really hard to say we're going to start. Probably they're going to start with big speed on the pin to catch the left and right shift.
Yep, one of the fastest boats in eSailing. It's the Nacra, and it is race 11, and it is go in Trieste, and Bart Lambrex goes way off onto this right-hand side. Everyone else chooses to go left. Will it pay off? We will see. Penalty for Baban and KGR.
Was a really tricky move from Bart Lambrex. I'm not sure if he's going a big advantage over there, but it's okay. We'll see, though. Velista 42 at the moment in the lead, but it's too early to call. The wind shift still have to arrive. Everything can change. Probably it's coming a right wind shift firstly, and then a left wind shift nearby the mark. We have people just coming back with the tack, so we'll see something happening at the moment. You see, at the moment is Pepito at the moment attacking and let all the people attacking around. Velista 42 tried to get the left wing shift, And Pepito and FC Rich is so confusing at the moment that all the boats are crossing each other and really, really difficult to understand what is going to happen. Ballista 42 is trying to cross at the moment. Remember, this boat allow you to pinch a little bit to give a penalty. Let's see what's going to happen. Ooh, nice pinching by Ballista 42 and crossing over the two boats and passing behind Farl F7 and passing behind Bartlembre and Zero, I think. But now he has the right wind shift, so he has the right to pass him in the middle.
So here we go then at the top mark. Bart Lambrecht's just getting in there in the lead, and the others all follow. And it's going to be a tight squeeze round the mark. Yeah, penalty for F7. He couldn't quite get round without touching the other boat. Yuzu, I think, and Mui Mui getting a penalty. I think he just touched the mark.
I think so, yeah. And at the moment we have Bartlembre in the lead that had done an amazing upwind leg, but Azir squeezed in with the space with Ballista 42, and he did an amazing job to get that millimeter that gives you the advantage on the inside of the marking. Ballista 42, though, he didn't push. If he pushed a little bk, he risked to touch the mark to give a penalty to Azir. So maybe it was not worth it to go and give a penalty to Azir.
I should say, if you've never followed the eSailing Nations Cup, you should, because this is one of the boats that is really exciting, and we tend to have fleets of 20 sailors out there, and it's like a Star Wars battle, isn't it? And that's what this is turning into, with penalties for FC Rich and Yuzu as they head towards that finish line once more.
Yeah, but at the moment the problem is Azir second and F7 6. This one is the biggest thing is going to happen at the moment.
Medal race will be double points, remember, so there's an opportunity for them all to swap places yet again. But right now, very important for Azer to stay ahead of F7 and try and gain as many points as possible from him.
And what about FC Rich? What's happened? He was...
FC Rich down to 10th place now. And that is, well, there was only 2 points between him and Ballista 42. Ballista 42 now sitting in 4th. So this is a good position for the Italian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bart
And
Lambrecht
even for with F7 is aiming for the second place at the moment.
Bart Lambrecht still out in front.
See how they laugh up here to squeeze in. Pepito and Azir, amazing job. This is the skill that you require from a pro. Laughing up, go back to gain the spin, laughing up, and then squeeze in the ley line. I would say Bartlembre is away in the lead, so he's going to keep the first.
Right, so let's watch the battle behind the Dutchman. We just caught a glimpse of him with the orange sails. He's heading off clear. Now, there's Azer, then there's 40 metres back to Ballista 42, who is in a really good position, and this is going to help his overall position. Pepito is in 4th, Alex K in 5th. So that pink sail on the top of the screen just going out to the right-hand side is Azer.
And there is an amazing battle between Ballista 42 and Pepito over here, jibing one to another, and Ballista 42 is losing the position over Pepito that he gained before. And now Ballista 42 is scared to lose by Alex K, so he went to cover him. And I think they will keep it in that way. So Ballista 42 and Alex K in 4th and 5th.
F7's made up one position to 6th. That could prove to be crucial when we come to the medal race. There's confirmation then of the results. So it's the Netherlands first, and then France, and Ballista 42 in the end, finishing in 4th. FC Rich, poor result for him at a crucial point in this competition. He's down in 8th.
Do you want to say what we just... Here we heard from the PRO some information regarding something about...
Yes, communication has been done. Is Bart is DSQ in race 11 for infringing the penalty start sailing instruction.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Addendum Alpha.
And
Okay,
this changed everything.
So a huge call there then from the race officer who's disqualified our winner of race number 11, Bart Lambrechts of the Netherlands. So his points won't count. He will get maximum points +1.
If you want, I can try to explain what happened. So he had a penalty before the start, and he took to get all the advantages from having the penalty before the start, and then crossing the start on the right-hand side. I was suspecting a kind of penalty like this, but until the racing PRO is saying that there is a penalty, I do not want to say something like that. And you know. Is not a game changer, but for Bart is definitely he lost the opportunity to be in the top 3.
So there is what it all means. Azer still top of the pile, but he has a significant lead over F7. Velista is now in a podium position. And Bart Lambrechts, I think with 66 points, 30 points behind, is out of the running for a medal.
Yeah.
So a really significant decision there from the race officer.
Absolutely. At the moment, we have the first position that is with 13 points of lead, means that Azer has to be in the last 3 position, and for the second or the third to get the winning of this race.
Okay, so here we are with Velista 42. Hey, you've got a home crowd. You're sailing on the waters of Trieste. Not quite your home waters because you're from Genova, but you're in Italy. How have you enjoyed it? How is it feeling?
It's feeling really good because in the first 5 races I was always in the last position, and at the end of the first part, so the first 6 races, I was in 7th position, 6th position. But after the break, I had an occasion to rise up the results. So now I'm a bit stressed, I have to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you feel confident that you can hold on and get a medal here?
Well, seeing the results, I don't know, because I'm really close to the other opponents. Still to the podium, but 7th position is really close to me, I see. But everything can happen, I think.
You're the youngest player here, only by a few months, but you're the youngest at 19. Have the others been treating you well, or are they being just as tough as they usually are?
Since this moment, I haven't noticed bad behavior in my over my position. I have to say, all players are really good to me, so I'm happy to play with them. When someone is really aggressive, but I'm really happy about their behavior. They're nice. Thank you.
So that's where he is. He's in 3rd place, and do the maths for me. How many points between him and the winner? So
it's only 14
points.
points.
He's 14 points.
If he wins and Azer is in the last 3 position, he's going to win.
So let's just break down as we go into the medal race. Let's just break down what does F7 need to do to get to take that lead.
The F7 and the Velista 42 have to win if they want to get the lead, and if they want to, and Azer has to be between 8 to 11. And ball back to you.
Okay, well, in 11th place there is Yuzu from Switzerland. Let's have a word, because you're the only woman here, so I think it's only right that we speak to you and we find out how you found the experience. Have you enjoyed it?
Yes, I enjoyed it very much. I knew that I had not really a chance, but I wanted to have a lot of fun here and meet all these people, and it's really a great experience.
And in the actual qualification game, you actually managed to get a place in that because someone dropped out.
Yes, that was in the steering the course final. I wasn't qualified because I was 6th and 6th in the 2 challenges, but because Kiss My Ass, the American eSailer, gave her place to me, I could join, and I was able to win this course, and so I didn't know that this means that I was qualified for the grand final. I thought it was for the semi-final like last year, so it was a big surprise.
Big surprise, and here you are in Italy in the final. Who's impressed you most? Who do you think is going to win this? And I'm going to give you the microphone.
Yeah, I think Azaria is the favorite at the moment, but he's chased by Farley, so let's see. I think it will be a close race.
So we are back here to the leaderboard, and we were discussing before that we need to have at least 7 boats between Azir and Farley or Velista 42, because look at the distance between Farley and Velista 42. And even FC Rich, he can still make it. The only one who cannot win at the moment is from Alex K and later on. But, you know, like this will be an amazing
So the top 4
race.
are all in with a chance of winning this championship.
And top 4, as you can see, from 2nd to 4th, 3 points. So everything will happen here because also double points.
So that leaves us with one final race. The medal race is worth double points, and we'll be right back because there is a hearing going on. Bart Lambrex has challenged that disqualification in the previous race. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes with hopefully that result, and we'll know exactly how we line up going into the medal race. Don't go away. Welcome to Trieste in Italy.
Here on these waters, you're about to witness the biggest yacht race in the world.
Wow, I couldn't believe it. How you can get that many boats.
If you've got a boat and you know how to sail it, then you can take part.
A start line of 4.5 kilometres long, that's 50 football pitches put end to end.
What a story it would be if they win it.
This is the fastest boat out there.
Absolutely stunning.
Back to the 2023 eSailing World Championship final. We are at the moment waiting for the results of a hearing. Bart Lambrex was disqualified in the 11th race, very much the 11th hour of the competition, because it's only the medal race next. So there's the hearing going on. They're discussing the reasons for that, explaining them to the sailor. And once that is done, then we can move into the double points medal race. Now, we were watching in that break, we were watching a little film about Barcolana. We're here in Trieste because it is the weekend of Barcolana, traditionally the first weekend of October. The weather is absolutely glorious, and it's a really historic regatta, isn't it? And you've taken part in many of them.
Yeah, absolutely. For example, the first I remember I did, it was 1999. So think about how many years has passed.
So you were about 2.
not that young.
We'll skirt over that.
And for example, they have so many events. They have the Night of the Barcolana that I did with the UFO and the Meteor that are amazing. Will be on Saturday night. It's super fun. You can clap the hand with the competitors from how close they are to the shore. You have the Barcolana d'Epoca with epoch boats.
So classic
boats, yeah. I did that, and you have the salute last time with Amerigo Vespucci. It was amazing.
They brought the Italian Navy's training vessel, the tall ship. It's absolutely.
Thank you for
beautiful.
the clarification, but I normally don't have to tell.
Yeah, no, and the thing about Barcolana is it is really part of the fabric of Italian sailing life, isn't it? I mean,
absolutely.
Everyone who's got a boat at some point has done Barcolana.
Yeah, exactly. And not only from the Adriatic Sea, they come from all over the world. We had them from US, they came from China, they came from all over the world just to come to this race because it's amazing. It's a unique experience. And if you have a fast boat to see 2,000 boats behind you, it's kind of a good view, you know.
Yeah, well, and so you've got these magnificent large race boats with professional crews really putting in some amazing times around the course. And then at the back of the fleet, you've got all the weekend warriors, as we like to call them, who have got flagons of wine and salami and fresh bread, and they make a real day of it because they know they're not going to win. And a lot of it depends, of course, on the conditions, because this part of Italy and the Gulf of Trieste is famous for the Bora wind.
Yeah, and it can be so unpredictable. You can have 60 knots of wind, and I've done one with that kind of wind, was the 2000 one. It was super nice, it was incredibly fast, and it's an incredible experience. Or you have the 2 knots wind, and the 2 knots wind is, if you have a light boat, you can squeeze up and run away around a real big cruising boat. And we did the same things a couple of years ago, and we ran up for the 3rd position in our class with hundreds of boats behind us. So, you know, it's everything you can have over there.
The problem with the light wind days is you have to decide before you set off, do we leave the wine ashore and take some extra sails, or do we take the wine and just make 2 days of it almost?
It's no wine and no sails.
Yeah, that's the best way. Well, I was on the start line of Barcolana last year, and it was actually frightening. You've got literally thousands of boats all steaming in all at the same time. There's lots of shouting, lots of waving of arms and screaming, and it's great fun in a scary kind of way. We've got light winds predicted this weekend, haven't we?
I've seen 1.5 knots, but I hope they're really wrong.
So do I. That's a very long commentary day.
And it will be a long race for me.
Yeah. Are you sailing this year?
Yeah, I'm going.
Name of the boat?
Name of the boat is Lupaccia, I think, but I'm not sure.
A big wolf. Okay,
yeah.
Great. So that's Barcolana. You can catch it on the live stream. I think it's on. You'll find it on the Barcolana Facebook page on Sunday. It starts at lunchtime. Let's get back to business here. Let's have a look at the leaderboard and see where we stand, because it's close at the top. So Azair, silver medalist in 2019, is looking to go one better here. For 7 points difference, 14 points between himself and F7. Actually, that's
13.
I think that's changed, isn't it, since we last looked at it? It's
yes,
13
30,
points. Yeah. So Velista, 42, and Rich and Alex Kay, all in the hunt for a medal. Yep. And whoever wins between Velista, 42, FC Rich, and F7 will take the medals.
Yeah. And we also have the unpredictability of Alex K and Pepito that still have some point to catch up, but at the moment you cannot say how many points there will be on the lead. We're going back to you.
So here we are, back with the players. We're hoping a few minutes away from the results of that hearing, that redress hearing between Bart Lambrex and the race officials. That is ongoing, which gives us a chance to speak to Baban of France. So first of all, 57 years old. You don't look it, by the way.
Thank you.
Congratulations for that. But how does it feel to be in this room of young eSailors?
Good question. I'm the grandfather of this final, and they all could be my children. So, but I'm very impressive of the levels of all these eSailors. Just few words. When I get qualified, I was 10th, and it was a big surprise for me. And for the moment, I'm 10th. So all is respected. Yes. The best are in front, and I'm at the back.
So on your shirt you've got Teams Transquadra there, La Rochelle. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's a team of 40 or 50 skippers, owners of boats, and they're training for offshore racing. Transquadra is a race between France and Antilles, Martinique. And they also make race for we make race until the Azores, or from France to Spain or Portugal, many offshore races. And
real races.
Yes, real, of course. Yeah. And I used to sail solo sailor, so it's quite difficult.
So, as an offshore sailor, presumably, do you play the offshore games of eSailing as well? Or do you prefer the inshore?
I discovered this game with the offshore game, and I used to play this offshore game because with my friends of the team, it was a good way to improve the routage and for the forecast, and to make so we played a lot in offshore. And right now I stop. I only make inshore, and I started in 2021.
One last question. What last one? What? And then you can concentrate on preparing for the medal race. What do you want to do in the medal race? What are you trying to achieve? Are you just a bit of fun, bit of training?
Just do my best and try to have a good departure and to do the best. But it's difficult with all these guys and girls, so very difficult.
Okay, thanks very much. Best of luck. Let's move along the players here and speak to the defending world champion, who is probably going to lose that crown here this afternoon. I don't want to rub it in. But it was a great performance in the last World Championship final. But just tell us how this final has gone for you.
Sorry. Unfortunately, this one is much difficult for me. I'm quite struggling with my way to play, and I think I'm too conservative, and I don't take enough risk, or the wrong risk, I'll say. So. Pretty difficult, yes.
What do you make of this this challenge and disqualification of Bart? Were you anywhere near what was happening there?
No, I don't know what happened. I didn't see. Sorry.
So are we going to see you back next year to try and win the crown back?
Yeah, sure. I hope, but it's a long way to go to this final. So first of all, you have to qualify to go through the challenge, the season final, the semi-final. So it's a good result to be there to defend the title, and I hope to qualify next year. Sure.
Okay, well, over 60,000 races were actually competed for to get to this final. Obviously not by each of these players, but in total over 63,000 races, I think it was. Let's talk to the man who's in the lead at the moment, Azair. We spoke to you earlier and you were talking about consistency. You weren't sure what you had to do and so on, but now you've got a good lead. So what's the tactic in the last race? Do you want to stay away from the Briton over there who is trying to chase you, or are you going to fight?
I guess I just gotta be top 6, and then it's good. I think it will be maybe a little tough for them to really go aggressive on me. They might try, because it's the only chance to get chance at the win if they win and I finish in bottom 8. But they are all so close together that maybe it will relieve a little bit of the fight off of my shoulders. We'll see.
Feeling confident? Are you feeling, this time you're going to do it? You're going to seal that gold medal? After all, 2019, you were silver. This time, can you make it gold?
Confidence, maybe not. Just in a much better positions than the other years, and yeah, I'm just in a hurry to just get it over with.
Aren't we all? But we have to wait. We have to wait for the results of the hearing. So let's go over to second place. And actually, Arthur, you're kind of facing not just a fight for first, but also a fight to hold on to the silver medal. What are you looking at? Are you looking at gold, or are you looking at holding on to silver?
I think I've made it rather difficult for myself now. Personally, just hitting marks, bad starts, kind of made it hard for myself. So I think try and win the race, and if I can, I will put pressure on him. I'm not really looking behind. I don't think that's the way you race. You have to look forward, and I'll try and win. But I think it's rather difficult, so we'll see.
Okay, best of luck. Cheers. And let's just move on to one of our 3 Japanese competitors, KGR. In fact, the only pro eSailer, aren't you? And you have a blog, and you're quite central to eSailing in Japan. The fact that you have 3 finalists here, how will that help eSailing in Japan? How will it help develop eSailing in Japan?
Yeah, and so qualifying 3 Japanese means a lot. I think. Yeah, and now there are other Japanese player who has very who has high skills. Yeah, so yeah, I think there is good movement in Japan eSailing. Yeah.
Well, best of luck. Possible medal there for one of you, so good luck. Right, I'm going to move back to my commentary position here, because Alberto, are you in a position to explain to us what is going on, what happened with Bart, and the process of what is happening now?
Absolutely. So Bart started a little bit earlier. No, you get a penalty before just the start. So at the moment he arrived and tack, he gained a lot of spaces. This one is a new rule that we implemented with our PROs that says if you cannot start on port side and get so much advantage over your opponents, because is not nice to see something like this, because all of them were going to do it. And we saw this approach and we say, you know, it looks like kind of weird, people starting in the middle of other boat on port side, so let's ban it. This one was kind of something that we want to implement at all costs to make it more fair for everyone.
And that was the consensus within the eSailing community, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It was one of the requirements of the eSailing community. And we have principal race officers and a committee protest that are deciding about this. And they are giving the explanation to Bart on what's happened. The good thing is we spotted that he get a major advantage during the live. So is something that you can see that he gained at the beginning, and that's the main reason why he won. He went to the right side, that was the right side, taking the penalty and then start. That's the reason why we decided to implement this kind of rules, and that's why there is this disqualification at the moment.
Right. I think we have a result, and the appeal has been thrown out. So the decision...
The decision is final now.
Is final.
We can proceed. Exactly. Okay. Clarification has been provided, and
so we're hearing the voice of the race officer, Anna Kucha, and she has confirmed that that disqualification of Bart Lambrechts in race number 11 holds. It is valid, so we can now get on with the medal race, and we can confirm that that leaderboard you're looking at now is the leaderboard that we go into the double points medal race with. So we've got Azer at the top of the pile with a 13-point lead.
Yep.
F7 trying to close that gap for the gold medal. We've just spoken to him, and he thinks that's going to be too difficult. He's going to try, but he thinks that's going to be too difficult. So we've also got this battle between the second, the third, and the fourth for the remaining medals.
Do you want us to clarify to our Azir that he can finish 7th and he can still win? Because the 7th one get 14 points, but the first one is going to get 2 points. So you can still keep the 7-point lead.
So the Briton needs to get 7 votes between himself and Azer to win the gold medal at these World Championships. So we are now a few seconds away. They're just getting the players onto the server so we can then cross to the water. Now the final is going to be the medal race, I should say, is going to be raced in the J70, which I think will please a lot of the sailors here.
Absolutely. They are all the best in the J70, especially because it used a lot in the Nations Cup. It's a competition by teams, so you know it's about that everybody knows how to give the penalties, everybody knows how to go fast. And to be fair, I'm really scared about having 3 Japanese here for the Nations Cup, because they can be a really, really big challenge in this year to compete in the Nations Cup and be probably in the top position, you know.
Okay, so we're waiting for one more player to join the medal race. That is Bart Lambrechts, who's obviously been on that hearing for the last 10-15 minutes or so. So once he joins, we can get this medal race underway. And the J70, we raced in race number 7. It was won by Velista 42, so he'll be pleased with that. Second was FC Rich, and third was Alex K. Yeah, if that's repeated, then we're going to see a complete mix-up of the medals, silver and bronze.
So if you want to jinx it properly, we can say that Azir already won. So what do you think?
Hey, anything can still happen. We are playing, obviously, on the internet, and I have to say, the connections and the technology and so on has worked absolutely
fantastic.
100%. Yep. Here. Now, some are playing on laptops, some are playing on desktops, some are playing on mobile phones, some are on tablets. What's that all about? Which is best? What makes you decide which
There
device
is
to use?
no best. On the computer, you have a major ability to duck boats and move around. On laptops and tablets, you have more opportunity to zoom in, zoom out, move the camera, pan the camera is really easy. So you have advantages and disadvantages, and it depends on the way you're playing. If you're playing more aggressive, you can play better on the PC. If you're playing more strategic, you're playing better with the laptop and with mobile and the tablets. So it depends on your way of playing. I prefer laptop because I'm a little bit more aggressive on my thing.
Okay, let's see how this goes. It is the medal race of the 2023 eSailing World Championship Final to decide our world champion this year. 9 seconds to go. They're lined up on the line in the J70, and we're counting them down to the start. And some are really close to the line. Some are running along that line. So it was Bart Lambrechts. He was running along the center of the line. Some are going left, some are going right. But overall, it was a clean start. And there is our overall leader, staying out of trouble on the right-hand side.
As you know, you see Azir is in 9th position at the moment, and F7 is 2nd. This is a problem, you know. This can change everything.
We've only been racing 27 seconds, so
yeah, but
we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So as they're staying out of trouble, F7 on the opposite side of the course, and looking up at the mini map, how are the conditions out there?
And they're going to rotate to the right, so Azir at the moment is in the best position because it started on the way he has to start, so race committee and then tack, and then he's going to the right wing shift and he's tacking again, and he's going probably for the first position over there. If the wind, I read correctly the wind. Alex K at the moment in 8th position, and the last position for Velista 42. You jinxed it really well. Oh, double tack over Alex K and Velista 42, and attack again with far F7 over Velista 42. So difficult for him to come back.
So the J70 will all come down to that downwind leg, and it's big wind shadow, and who can be close enough at the top mark to then catch the boat in front.
Oh, look here. There is Azir versus F7. Azir versus F7, and F7 is postponing the penalty here, the attack here. So Azir is playing safe, F7 is playing aggressive. This would be really interesting. And at the moment, FC reached first, second, third, and top 3 though. And if Azir and F7 fight amongst each other and leave a position for FC Rich, we can see maybe even a bigger change in the positions.
We've now got those 3 boats on the left-hand side coming into the final 100 meters to the mark, and look at the darkening breeze as it gets stronger at that top mark. And KGR is looking good. Azir is there in the middle, and Bart Lambrechts coming in from the right-hand side. So with the orange sail. Now, can KGR and Pepito squeeze in ahead of him? Yes, they can. So they are first and second. A penalty for FC Rich. FC Rich looking for a good finish for a medal. And F7
they're all in the back.
Velista 42 now. Are they in the back intentionally, though? Are they covering each other?
I don't think so yet. At the moment, they receive all penalties, and the leader one, that probably Pepito is going to sneak up to the podium, you know, like this.
So is the pressure beginning to have an effect on our leading boats? As they're sitting in 4th, F7 now in 8th. So as things stand, Azir is going to be our world champion. But what about the silver and the bronze? That's still up for grabs as we come down to this bottom mark for...
Yeah, this will be really, really challenging, especially because there is a battle in the back. And we should focus all the race on the battle in the back, because at the moment we have Azir that is 10 technically the winner. And then we have Bartlambre that even with a great position, he cannot go to the podium.
Vista 42, who started in 3rd position, but is dropping down that leaderboard, being in 11th place at the moment. He's got to work his way up. We're at the halfway point of this race now, so time and racetrack is running out. And KGR is out in front despite an early penalty. Bartlam-Brex is doing well in 2nd, and Azer, our overall leader, is sitting in 3rd, and that is good enough for gold. Pepito, he's done well, moving up to 4th.
You know, 4th with Pepito is going to 66 points. They're still ahead of Bart, like this. So 66 points, and F7 with 20 points is going to 69 points. So Pepito is actually at the moment in 2nd position.
So we started this medal race, and it was really all eyes on the Briton, Arthur Farley, F7, the silver medalist at the 2022 World Championships, and our overall leader heading for gold, the silver medalist at the 2019 World Championship final, Azer of France. But right now, Azer looks to be in a good position to hold on to the overall lead. Baban is in a good place in 5th. He's out of the medal running, of course. Miu Miu in 6th. But they're the ones that F7 has to get past. And obviously, in the end, we'll also have to get past Azer. So he needs Azer to, I don't know, hit an island or something.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
run aground. But what about this battle for 2nd and 3rd? So eyes on Velista 42. Not doing well in 11th place, FC Rich in 8th place, and Alex K, who is in 9th place. So you're absolutely right. Pepito, who we didn't think had much of a chance for a medal, his 4th place position right now could just sneak a medal for him.
Until we have the final results, it's still too early to call for the 2nd position.
Right, let's just follow what's happening on the course now, and let's worry about the maths later. Because funny KGR of Japan, he's heading with his spinnaker aloft. He's heading towards the finish line. Bartlam-Brex behind him. Pepito now in 3rd. And Azer is there in 4th with the yellow sail. And basically we've got a gold sail, I should say, because he is our overall leader.
And he is going for winning this championship in an amazing way. He is super safe. He is going on autopilot. He doesn't want to bother anyone. He just wants to finish and do not want to go behind the 6th position. He's fighting though with Mui Mui without any reason. And if he get a penalty and finish up behind, there will be a lot of laugh after that.
So here we go, towards the finish line. Just 150 meters to go for our leader, KGR of Japan. KGR, who is out of the running for a medal. Behind him is Bartlam-Brex. And then there's Pepito, who may just snatch a medal if he holds on to this position. So it's KGR wins the medal race, Bartlam-Brex takes 2nd, Pepito of France takes 3rd, and now it's all eyes behind him. Who is going to come in behind him? It's F7. He's made his way up the course, and he's got ahead of Azer, or was it Azer? The two of them challenged each other all the way across the finish line. Miu Miu in 5th. F7 in the end being given 6th. Baban, FC Rich, another sailor hoping for a medal. We'll have to wait and see exactly what that has done, but I think we can safely say that Azer is our world champion this year.
Congratulations to Azer for the amazing win of this championship. And now we have to wait for 2nd position.
Yeah, we have to wait for that, and there we have it. So F7 in the end did enough for the silver medal, and behind us the players are congratulating each other. Pepito came from nowhere with a great 3rd place in the medal race to take 3rd overall. So it's gold for Azer, silver for F7, and bronze for Pepito of France. And we're looking there at Azer, Tristan Perron of France. He's had a silver medal. He knew exactly what it felt like to just miss out on a gold medal in 2019. This time he's gone one better and taken the gold medal. So congratulations to him, and a great performance really from him.
Absolutely, it was an amazing race, an amazing medal race. He came up from the 6th position to the 3rd one. It was incredible to see something like this.
And FC Rich, Bart Lambrecht's in the end finishing 5th, despite that disqualification. And disappointment, really, for Velista 42.
Yep.
He had a really good run, didn't he, until the medal race?
Yeah, he was doing an amazing job, and probably the pressure goes up, especially on waiting for the protest. So probably he lost concentration. But, you know, sailing is also like this. For you.
Okay, thanks very much, Alberto. Come into shot. Well done, congratulations.
Thank you, Alex.
So in 2019, I had to do an interview with you, and you were really, really angry with yourself because you just missed out on the gold medal. This time, it's yours. So finally, I can ask you, how does it feel to be world champion?
Feels good. Feels good after two failures. Now is the good time. So after the 2nd time failing, 3rd time, so no French proverb to make it a twist. So I'm super happy, yeah. And I'm super happy also for my friend Pepito finishing in 3rd, and of course Arthur finishing 2nd. I think 2nd time, but he's so good, probably he will make it another year.
So what will be the thing that sticks in your mind about this final? What's going to be the biggest memory of it?
I don't know. I guess forgetting about the timer in the 2nd race, finishing last, and
all the negatives.
Yeah, and being really scared to just throw away the final after race 2. So I was happy to be super consistent afterwards, and so yeah, it's the final. It's on my only bad memory, but I think it's what I will remember the most.
The lessons learned then.
Yeah.
So tonight, maybe a little bit of a party.
Yes, I think so. With my Italian mafia friends and the colleagues of eSailing, maybe, and we can celebrate our positions and everyone's earnings, and the fact that everyone is just here for a free trip, which is already amazing that we get to meet with each other.
We haven't actually talked about the prize pot, which is $10,000 in total. You get $5,000. What are you going to do with it?
That's a good question. I'm moving to the south of France, near the sea.
So you're going to buy a boat or buy a computer?
Probably most likely a boat, but I think I don't have a flat now, so it's going to be... I had a 3-month vacation this summer, so I think it's just going to get my pockets a bit more empty after this...
So what you do, you haven't got a house, so buy a boat and go and live on your boat.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Nah.
All right, well, look, congratulations. There are lots of people who want to present you with trophies and checks and all sorts, so I'll let you go and prepare for that. Let's go and speak to the silver medalist from Great Britain, who, how are you feeling? I don't want to predict it, really.
Yeah.
Second time with a silver medal.
Yeah, he sailed really well today. The only thing I'm frustrated with is I just sailed like nowhere near my ability, which is the frustrating thing. I mean, if I sailed really well and he won with his really well sailing, which he did today, that would be one thing. He beat me, but I just felt like I beat myself almost today. But it's mixed feelings, you know. The last race was like this to even get second. So yeah, I'm happy overall.
Now, I know Arthur doesn't want us to go on and on about this, but you, since the last World Championship, you have been fighting cancer. You're feeling a lot better at the moment. You're not quite there yet. And I know there's been a lot of support within the eSailing community. Can you just, I don't know, put it into words a little bit, you know, how important that support has been?
Yeah, absolutely. My best friends help raise money for myself to help me through struggling times. Everyone's been really, really helpful. And yeah, I just want to say I love you, Mum and Dad, and also Sarah, and all my best friends out there. Tom is probably watching. He's my best friend. And yeah, it's been a really hard 7 months for myself. But yeah, it's cool to come here, which is a big step for me, traveling, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And you're always a great ambassador for the sport, so congratulations on your silver medal, and the best of luck for whatever battles you have ahead. Cheers. Congratulations, well done. Right, so let us, we've lost Pepito. What are we doing now? I think we've got a trophy ceremony, have we? So let's move over this way. And Claire. Well, I'll tell you what, Alberto. Whilst we're waiting, let's just reflect a little bit on that final score, because you've made a few predictions along the way. In the end, are you surprised by how it finished? If you think about what your predictions at the start of the day this morning, and how it went.
So my prediction were to have at least a couple of French in the top and the Brits. So I think I nailed it. I have a couple of surprises. There was FC Rich that have done an amazing race, and Alex K that I was thinking he was doing a little bit better, but the bad medal race was killing for him. Good race for Velista 42 because it was third until the medal race. It was a little bit unexpected, even if he's the Italian champion. So I think my prediction were kind of accurate. I was thinking more than Azir, Alex K, and F7 and Pepito. That was my prediction before. So I was almost there. I did not miss that much.
Okay, so it's time now to hand out those checks. So it's $5,000 for the winner, $3,000 for second place, and $2,000 for the bronze medalist. We've got our medalists standing by. We just need our dignitaries and the champagne now. So first of all, let me introduce Claire Boyd from World Sailing, who's just going to come up. Head of Partnerships for World Sailing. I'm going to hand you the mic and you can do the honours.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we're going to do the medal ceremony now. And I'd like to introduce Dean Bassi, who is the CEO for International and Global Affairs for the Barcelona Regatta. So invite Dean up. And then we also have Fabio Coella, who is a board member of the Italian Sailing Association. So these guys will be presenting to the medals to the winners. So if we can invite, I can hand back over.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get first of all our bronze medalist from France, Pepito, to come up and collect your check and trophy. So Tim Carpentier, who won the Olympic Virtual Series earlier in the year, now takes away the bronze in the World Championship. He had a good year last year in the Nations Cup, winning that. And now, what a year 2023 has been. So congratulations to Tim Carpentier, alias Pepito. And now our second place silver medalist from Great Britain. It's Arthur Farley, who plays under the name of F7. posing for the photographers that you can't see on the screen. Big smile from Arthur. And $3,000. And there was a sponsored walk by one of his friends and to help with the costs of his cancer treatment earlier in the year. And I'm sure this will help as well going forwards. There was big support from the eSailing community for that. So thank you very much to him. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause and a cheer for our 2023 World Champion, Tristan Perron, Azer of France. So first of all, the biggest of the 3 trophies. And then the all-important $5,000 check. So the trophy is gold in the World Championship, added to his 2019 silver medal as well. What an eSailer he is. So congratulations to him. The photographers get their shot. And I think I'm just going to, thank you very much, gentlemen. I'm just going to move into shot with Alberto. It's just time to wrap up, really. So a fantastic victory for Azer of France. It's his 3rd final, isn't it? And he's finally done it. He's added that gold to the silver. So well done to Tristan, and I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of him in the coming years as well. So congratulations to all our winners, to all 11 eSailors who have made it to the final. Just making it here is an awesome success. So well done to them. Thanks to you for watching. Alberto Carraro, thank you very much for holding my hand through commentary and explaining all that technical stuff. And we'll see you next year for the 2024 World Championship final. But for now, from Trieste in Italy, it's goodbye.